Very good afternoon and welcome to round 14 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Today, you can find us at Terry Hunter Oval in Traralgon. This is a all-important clash for these two sides. It is Traralgon and Moe facing off against each other. It is fourth place, the Maroons, up against the third place, Moe. And the Maroons, well, the last couple of months, they've taken on Leongatha and Wonthaggi, and they've failed those two tests. Today, though, is test number 3, a quality top 3 side. Can they make a statement game this afternoon and just sort of say to the competition that we are still a chance for the all-important race to the premiership? The Moe Lions, they look to wrap up a top 3 spot as well. The double chances there for them if they can get over the line. Their back line has been solid this for the last month of football, led by their coach in Declan Kelty. It's great to have your company. My name's Daryl Cooling. My co-commentator this afternoon will be Rob Popplestone. Poppy, good afternoon to you.
G'day, Scud. G'day, Gippsland. Yeah, build up to a big game. No question about that. 3v4, and there's a whole lot that sits on the result.
Certainly is. Of course, special comments this afternoon will be from Timmy Sexton for Carpet Country. He's helping dreams become a reality since 1981. Timmy, when were you born?
1982.
There you go.
Really? Are you serious?
Yes, Poppy.
Great to have you on board, Timmy.
No, good to be here. Lovely Saturday afternoon, and as we said, it's the end of July, and it looks like a perfect spring day out here at Terry Hunter Oval. So looking forward to seeing this big clash.
Absolutely. Of course, number one stats man in the business is here for Gippsland MG this afternoon. Paul Carter, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Daryl and listeners. Yes, as Tim said, the oval looks a picture. If you could just imagine it in green instead of a pale yellow, that would be absolutely perfect. I think a lot of this match will be won in the middle. Big Max Jacobson will have an advantage in the ruck. Chris Prowse isn't playing for Moe. Whether they throw Nick Prowse in or go with Lachlan McGrath as they did last week will be interesting, but the centre clearances might have a big bearing on the result.
Who wins? What's the margin, Paul? Who wins?
I do think Moe will be control the ground ball, and I think by about 15 points.
All right. Timmy, who wins?
Traralgon by 9.
And Poppy?
I hope Traralgon. My head says Moe.
What's your tip?
Traralgon.
By how much? A point?
17 points.
17 points. All right, I'm going Moe by 12 points as well. And this will be a great game. As we said, it's going to be certainly entertaining, to say the least, these two sides. And I just get the sense that the Maroons have just built themselves up for this particular game. They want to make sure that they can handle it against the top 3 sides. And this on their home deck today, with their strongest side in for the whole year, I think can just about cause a bit of an upset. I'm not willing to go that far just yet. I think Moe will just get over the line, but I want to see Traralgon get off to an absolute flyer and to start well. So to open things up for the first quarter for Virtue Homes, here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
All right, so it's big Jacobson that, well, in fact, both ruckmen didn't touch the ball. So the first touch goes Tom Schneider's way, and Traralgon clear the square and go looking for Tom Hamilton. Right half forward flank, rove nicely, quick kick. Forward goes from Reuters inside their forward 50. Good, hard tackle by Moe. Dispossesses the Traralgon player, and it's a big man. The ever-reliable Declan Kelty gets his first touch as a reward for that great tackle.
Breeze going across the far side of the ground, and that's where the footy might stay for most of the day. It went towards Timmy, but
Touched off the man on the mark.
So we're going to ball up. Far side of the ground. Jacobson got a fist on it, went backwards. Tried to work hard at ground level. Handle over the shoulder from Baldy, did well. Nicely done with a kick down towards half forward. Gowers is the target. The match up there is Hourigan. Great little one. This time Hourigan twists, turns, runs out of some real estate, goes over for a boundary throw in.
Wow, what about that play for a contest?
Absolutely. Hourigan's gone straight to Gowers, as you said, Scud. Connor Little gone to Harry Pepper as the two main forwards for Moe.
All right, left half forward flank. Moe into attack, kicking to the right of Radio. Ball thrown in, quick kick forward. Goes to within 20 metres of goals. First player there is Harry Pepper. Beaten to the ball by the boundary, 20 metres from Moe's goals. No score, opening a minute and a half of this first quarter.
Match up down there for Brett Eddy. He's actually sitting with Tom Long.
Ooh, interesting. Tommy likes to run as well from that stoppage. No one can really fight it. Jacob Wood with a quick little snap out of the stoppage, rushed it through, and it goes through. For the first score this afternoon, the Virtue Home scoreboard, it goes to Jacob Wood.
And that's come at the 1.5 minute mark. Moe won behind 1 point.
All right, so Hourigan brings the ball back in, goes searching for Ambler, found that player just short of the intersection. Defensive 50 and boundary, just in front of the deck, for those that know the Traralgon ground, the Traralgon social rooms. goes inboard, kicks from defensive 50. Couldn't find a teammate. First player there is going to be D'Angelo. Was he taken high? The umpire says no. Attacker came from Trent Baldy, and the umpire will take control. Nice little tap too it was from Moe that wins that one. The tap came from McGrath. That was a few moments ago. Behind the play, Wood was having a bit of a tate-to-tate with young Hugh Dunbar. Ball thrown up again. This time, Traralgon Ruckman gets hold of it, and that's Jacobson. Feeds it down. Nicely done. Halliburton dispossessed. Quick kick forward for Rado. Can he find a teammate? Numbers are with Traralgon, and Traralgon ease the pressure, and they do it nicely.
Hourigan, the kick was smothered though, Poppy, as Gowers quickly comes in. He gathers the football, will snap around his body right to the top of the square. It bounces 25 metres up in the air. Back there though was Snyder. He gave a quick handball off to the teammate in Cunico. They got it to Jacobson. Now Halliburton by hand. They get it out of the football, but Jacobson ran into a big tackle from Seppi. Play onto the umpire. Cunico got dispossessed by Trent Baldy. And the umpire not officiating, Tim.
Yep, we've already started, Scud.
Yeah.
Directly in front, the other umpire is actually called play on, and the non-officiating is called holding the ball.
So Trent Baldy, too far out, puts it to the hot spot. Big fly from Prowse. He elevates and marks. He's a tall man just standing there, but when he elevates it, finds it really difficult for any defender to spoil. And Dan McKenna couldn't spoil that one.
No, it was great movement there. Great kick. And as you said, Prowse, once he gets on that lead and his arms extend, no one's going to be up and be able to punch that one away.
Slightish angle. About 30 metres out from goal, kicking with the breeze, we believe, in the first quarter. Prowse comes in. He kept it low and squeezed it home. It's the first goal of the afternoon, and Prowse gets on the board.
And the Virtue Homes scoreboard, that has come at the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Moe 1-1-7, Traralgon are yet to score.
Important that Moe take advantage of this breeze that, as we said, Scud, that he's pushing towards that end, the Loyang end of the ground. And a great kick by Prowse there to get them started. Let's turn it on, Pop.
Thank you, mate. So it'll be the big fella in McGrath up against Jacobson again. Not much time in the forward 50 area of Traralgon, mind you. We've only gone 4.5 minutes. Ball thrown down in the centre square. First player there is going to be D'Angelo. Feeds out a handball. Can he find a teammate? Quick kick from the pack. Gathers 4 or 5 metres, but importantly, Josh Hamilton for Traralgon. First player there. Moe have been steady in the back half. Nicely done by Seppi. Now they've got some runners. This is one of the Baldies, and I speak of Riley, who goes inboard. Guess what? I reckon he's found the bro. I got them mixed up. Don't worry, I know their mum does too. And they kick to the top of the square, and things are looking dangerous already, aren't they? Because Billy Gowers was on the end of some great play by the Baldy brothers. It was Trent that got the ball first, who gave it to Riley rather than Riley to Trent. If you've ever seen Phil and Jim play, you know what I mean. These Baldy brothers are pretty damn good, and we had the pleasure of speaking to one last week, and he's hopeful of big things for this side, and certainly early signs are good. Here we go. Billy Gowers straight in front, off the boot. Thank you. Dream start for the visitors.
Yeah, it certainly was. Gowers obviously working in an open forward line on that occasion when they moved the footy quick, and already, Timmy, danger signs for this Traralgon side. We wanted them to get away to a good start.
Yeah, they needed to get away to a better start than what they have. Just cleaner with the ball, Moe, at the moment. Good movement of the ball between the two Baldy brothers, and a great contested mark there by Gowers up against one of the best backmen in the league in Ty Hourigan.
And we've played 6 minutes into the first quarter. The Virtue Homes scoreboard has all the score Moe's way at the moment. 2-1-13, Traralgon yet to score.
Well, balls are just coming back onto the playing surface as it cleared the net on that occasion.
Bit of extra breeze behind that one, Scud, from Gowers, and he kicked.
Yes.
He actually did kick straight through that one too, so as opposed to Prowse, who kept it nice and low.
Exactly right. Traralgon want to get their hands on the footy. And Poppy's got a few of them under watch at the moment after talking to some greats before coming on air. So can Jacobson clear something out? McGrath got a tap on it. He has to do some groundwork as well. Baldy with the head over the football. Jacobson tries to do some groundwork for the Maroons, and we'll do the stoppage again.
Am I right in saying, Paul Carter, that Traralgon traditionally start off okay and Moe do not?
They're both up in the top 5.
Are they?
First
Okay.
quarters, yeah.
Again, front spot, but worked out nicely from the youngster in McGrath. Again, tried to do some ground. The two ruckmen seem to be doing a little bit of tap and then roving work as well. Just try and clear it out from that 1 metre radius from these two big boys. This time, again, it didn't happen, but bursting through at pace was Collison, did well. Got it backwards to Snyder, kicked half forward, nicely done. D'Angelo marks, he went back by hand, gave it back to D'Angelo, who puts it inside forward 50. Kelty just worked his play underneath it, comes to the back, here Lopez, kicks it, great smother. And I tell you what, that was touched. Is it one of the defenders back there? Just trying to pick up who it was. It wasn't long. Might have been Pratt in the end, who got a touch on that one, and it went through for a minor score.
Had the hands there for Neocleus, and he just didn't give the hands when he should have, and Neocleus would have run straight into the open goal.
So the ball brought back in by Moe, a certain goal gone begging. Scott Van Dyke goes down the corridor. Can he find one of the Baldies? He can. Now, this one is Riley.
Yes.
Riley Baldy. And he gives it to, guess who? Trent Baldy. And he goes back in board to, you got it, Riley Baldy. From half-forward flank, kicks long now. Gowers the target. Harrigan right on his hammer. Harrigan got a hand of it. Gowers not getting it up. Takes ball, takes body, taking the ground. Umpire takes control, pays a free kick. It goes away. Billy Gowers just outside 50. Plays on. Has to dance around two now. Doesn't improve the angle. Kicks to the top of the square. They've had winners there earlier. Haven't got one on this occasion, but on the end of it could be Jacob Balfour. No! Beaten to the ball by the boundary again. 15 metres from Moe's goals.
I tell you, we spoke about Traralgon and their intensity early. They might want to find these two blokes with the last name Baldy and actually man them up. They have had it all for the first 5 or 6 minutes of this quarter.
Down at ground level again. Head over the football is Collison. Squeezed it out to the run. And they get it out wide. This is Cunico. He can chip it over the top and find a teammate. Is it Hamilton on the far side? I think it's Josh. It is. And he has to slow things up. Harper Fox presents, but it was in a dangerous spot in the middle of the ground. So Josh decides to go down the wing. Looks for Schilling. Finds him. Good body work. Although
kick.
They've caught a shove on that occasion. I thought it was great body work.
Well, these blokes are all over it already today.
So Brock Smith was the one that fell forward. And he'll kick the footy to the top of the 50.
Good way to describe it, Scud.
Big spoil over the back there on that occasion was for Dan McKenna. Comes to ground level. This time it's Tom Hamilton. Kicks around his body. Back towards Schilling direction. In the front spot. Great take, as he said. Gives it to Collison. Inboard chiseling kick. Nicely done at ground level there was Snyder. Gives it back to the run. Chips out wide on that occasion. Looking for, not finding on that occasion, Lopez. As Collison puts his hand up and says, sorry about that kick. Boundary throw in, 9.5 minutes in. It's 12-point margin in favour of the visiting Lions.
All right, so it's going to be the big man again in Max Jacobson up against Lachlan McGrath. Ball thrown in. Gee, neither player got hands on it. I think the wind took it. Quick kick forward. Nicely done. Collison, left leg to within 30 metres. LaPrez, the first player there. Usually a hard contester of the ball, and on this occasion, no exception as it spills over the boundary. 30 metres from Traralgon's goals. Kicking to the scoreboard end. 10 minutes, 10 seconds gone, first quarter. The visitors, Moe 2-1-13, Traralgon 1 point.
At least had some ball in their forward half the last minute or so for Traralgon. They need to capitalise here.
Eddie with a beautiful tap to Snyder. His kick was beautiful done. And it lands in the hands of Josh Hamilton directly in front. Will go back. He's been lively to start the game as well.
Looked like a set play from a boundary throw in then, but it was beautifully executed.
Yeah, interesting that Eddie was the one that took the ruck tap out and not LaPrez. So important goal here for Hamilton. Shot for Hamilton. He needs to go back and put this one through for Traralgon.
First 10 minutes has pretty much been all Moe. And exactly what Timmy Sexton just said for Carper Country this afternoon. He's here. This is directly in front. Josh Hamilton should eat this every day of the week, and he does. Straight over the top of the goal umpire's head and through the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. An important kick by the young fella there to put it straight through. As we said, the last couple of minutes, Traralgon had just had a little bit more play, were able to take control, and some of those experienced players had stepped up. Collison, Snyder, Eddie with the ruck tap. So get the game back on their terms.
And Traralgon's first goal has come at the 11-minute mark of the first quarter. On the virtual home scoreboard, the Maroons are 1-1-7, 6 points in arrears of Moe, who are 2-1-13.
So the game almost evenly poised now, at least on the scoreboard. They've got a bit of room to wiggle. Traralgon can prove to be deadly as they were. Jacobson gets the tap after that ball up. Moe get first hands on the ball. The player was Danaher. Ben Danaher was taken ball and all, and the umpire will assume control. Just metres to the Traralgon side of the circle from which it was just bounced. Nicely tapped by Jacobson, taken by Hamilton. Couldn't get a clear handball or kick, but kept possession, importantly, and the umpire will now have another go at this one.
It will, and in the front spot again, Jacobson tapped over the back. This is Ferrado, squeezed a handball backwards to a teammate who was quickly wrapped up there from a Cunico tackle.
Interestingly, Lachlan McGrath's just come from the ground, and since that time, Jacobson's got clean hands on a couple of occasions.
So doing the ruck duty in there now is Charlie Rennett. So quickly kick forward, and again, Hamilton will take the mark. And no, Josh said yes, the umpire. Umpire crossed his arms and then said, I'll pay the mark. And now he says, no, I want the footy back.
What?
No.
Is he giving it?
Now he's saying, he's pointing. No, he's going to say my ball. It is going to be a ball up. Now no one takes the ruck duties. It bounces down. Danaher just kicks a torpedo. What is going on at the moment? The last couple of seconds, it gets to the middle of the ground. Membry's back there, though. Hambles back to Hourigan. Squaring kick out towards Scolters. Can chip over the top where D'Angelo's found a little bit of space on the wing. He wheels and goes inboard to Tom Hamilton. Lots of numbers forward to this football. Tom Hamilton will look up and say, I don't know where to go. He tries to create something. Lopez with a push in the back. Yes, on that occasion.
I didn't think so.
No, Tyson Biffin was the one who gets the free kick. I agree. You can stand there with your hands in their back as long as you don't extend it. Is that correct, Tim?
Correct, Scud. And that's twice that now these umpires have called it incorrect.
No, what's going on with it? Truly, what's happened? Is the game changed overnight?
I'm not sure. The last minute of play have been quite confusing.
It's like I feel like I'm Michael J. Fox.
So Belfast.
I'm in the wrong bloody time zone.
Kicks down the wing. Here's Harry Sim at ground level. Hamilton to open space. Jacob Wood never falls over. Taps it. This time he dives down to the ground. He made a liar of me. And right in front of the deck this afternoon here at Terry Hunter Oval is the ball up. 14 minutes in, and it's a 6-point margin in favour of the Lions.
Brett Eddy's just asking the umpire a question. Say, if I'm watching the ball and the bloke comes back into where I'm standing, it's not a free kick if I use my body and get him out of the way.
What did the umpire say, Tim?
Well, I think the umpire said that, yes, it is a free kick because that's what I called.
Fair enough, too. Just a quick update, too, around the grounds for you. I've got one for you, Timmy. All thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Leongatha, 32. They've kicked 5 goals, 6 to... No, sorry, that's not
5
correct.
goals, 8.
5, yeah,
No,
so
5
32 to 0, basically, is what I'm trying to get out.
Wow.
They haven't started.
Moe go deep inside their forward 50, and Dan McKenna, he only had one arm to be able to take the mark, wasn't able to get a free kick for that one. Wood, he was able to shovel it out there. Handball comes out, snap round the corner there is from Harry Sim. It's going to go across the face of goal and through for one behind. Sorry to interrupt there.
No, we're just busy looking at the screen.
Well, you blokes were just trying to work out what 32 was in the thing. It's normally 5-2, 32 or something like that. But
Yeah, the scores looked a little bit different there.
Yep, they did. Ball brought back in. We'll update that score with Paul Carter in just a moment as Traralgon try to ease the pressure from defensive 50. Kick to space. The race is on. First player there. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Moe. No, overrunning. The ball makes it a 50-50 contest. They've got the numbers to win it out, and they do it nicely through Van Dyke, who goes short, and he finds his teammate there in Riley Baldy. Goes towards the outer side of the ground, inside forward 50. Wow, good play all round by Moe. And on the end of it, it's going to be Stanlake. Kicks to the top of the square. With the sit was Gowers. Tapped it down to the front. They've got numbers around the ball, have the visitors. But right now, Traralgon, in desperation, hold that ball within 30 metres of Moe's goals. Paul Carter, update us, please.
Moe 2-2-14, leading Traralgon 1-1-7, coming up to the 16-minute mark of the quarter.
Again, Jacobson got a hand on it. Running onto this one was D'Angelo. Shuffled it out, but that time it was holding the ball.
Fair decision.
Yep, incorrect disposal on that occasion. And Jacob Wood, the 250 gamer? 200 gamer, another 50. He rolls around from 55 metres, doesn't have the leg. Prowse, though, has the extension in the arms, and this occasion didn't really get off the ground.
No, he didn't get off the ground, and if anything, Scott, it looked like that ball just held up a little bit on the kick through. I'm not sure whether it was the kick from Wood or maybe this wind's had a bit of a change in direction at the moment.
Well, I added 50 games onto his 200 games.
He did, so the hamstrings might have tightened up just a little bit. But strong contested mark in front of McKenna here by Prowse, and chance for him to kick his second.
Yeah, 16-minute mark of the first quarter for Virtue Homes. Only 20 metres out. Prowse comes in. Good approach. Bad execution. Misses.
I'm just going to cross that one out. I put in his goal already.
Be inspired by Virtue Homes today, virtuehomes.com.au.
2-3-15 Moe leading by 8 points over Traralgon, 1-7.
Ambler gets the ball from whence it came. That was from full back. He's going to get it back off Cunico and then look towards the outer side of the ground where he might be able to find the Oakleus. So the outer side wing, they're sort of crisscrossing their way through, and they're doing it quite nicely at the moment. Schneider from just forward of outer side centre wing. Oh. But guess what? Stanlake takes the mark, plays on quickly, and it's going to be a Baldy bro. Which one's it going to be? It's going to be Trent Baldy.
Guess what?
Who finds out? To Riley Baldy. And Riley feeds it off nicely. They get themselves out and then back into trouble before the young fella, Connor Ambler, takes the mark right in front of our commentary position and sends it into forward 50.
Yeah, looking for Eddie. Didn't quite get there in the end. Trying to claim the mark there was Pratt and Biffin, and they've called a throw. Good call, that one, Timmy.
Was it a throw?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was a nice pass in basketball, that one, Poppy.
I'm not sure it should be Brett Eddie's, though, but anyway, he's going to take it.
Closest man. Good forward.
Yeah, I think the other forward there may have just quickly ran away.
Leading goal kicker just says, I'll have it, boys.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what the wind does with this because, Scud, you're going to be looking over Brett Eddie's left shoulder as he kicks from outside 50 on a 45-degree angle.
And you think normally this is a left to right type of kick with a breeze, but probably not today, maybe. It's just going in the other direction, so he's going to have to kick it all of 50 metres into a bit of a breeze, starts it out to the right, works away to the right again, and just through for a minor score. Had the distance okay, though.
Traralgon 1-8, trailing Moe 2-3-15. Virtue Home scored 18.5 minutes played of the first quarter.
All right, so there's Traralgon have pressed all 17 forward of centre. Only one player backwards of that. Biffin, the ball. Defensive 50, goes short, finds his teammate in Ferrado.
No.
Not found.
Double grab, I think.
One on either side of the line.
Yep.
So that's fortuitous for Traralgon, who are now still inside their forward 50. And with a 50-50 contest, and Jacobson's going to be hard to get over here. In fact, no, he wasn't. The boundary umpire threw it right over his head. Takes the ball now, left foot kick, top of the square, not 10, taken. Kicked out of the danger zone by Seppi. And he'll find the boundary, you would think. No, kept in nicely by Pepper. Defensive 50 goes short to Harry Sim. Thank you, Scott. Harry Sim with the ball. In Traralgon's forward 50. They're just sharing this ball around now. Back to Pepper. There's plenty of lines there. He's been in everything, hasn't he, in these last minute or so. But his kick wasn't as good as he'd like it to be. Picked up beautifully by Hirrigan and back to where it came. And nice little look-away handball by Pepper. Can he find a teammate? He can. And they might work their way out of trouble through Brock Smith and then Jordan Seppi. And now from a half-forward flank, Moe go to attack.
Yeah, Gowers gave away the free kick. So just a push, I think it was there, Timmy.
Said that he had a hold of him when Hurricane got turned around a little bit. So I think Gowers was just trying to get rid of him.
Great matchup, Hurricane and Gowers. Kicks down the line, gets over the back, and Lopez dropped the mark, although the umpire said, I can pay that. No, he didn't.
What's going on?
I think Dylan Lopez is saying, I'll just pay the mark. I'll completed it. And now the umpire doesn't really have control, and he still tries to claim it, does Dylan?
Well, it didn't hit the ground too hard.
No, that's right. It bounced off his
I think the umpire paid the mark and then realised that he didn't take the mark.
It's a bit of a comedy of errors here in the first quarter.
Ball up after all that. Tom Hamilton will take the ruck duties. Tap down at ground level there. Jackson McMahon tries the underground handball under pressure. Sim with a little toe poke. And then goes another little toe poke, a la World Cup style that's currently happening in our country. And it goes over for a boundary throw-in. 20 minutes have gone in this Virtue Homes first quarter. And it is a 7-point margin to the Lions.
Who you would say have had more of the possession and have been in further control of what's actually going on. But Traralgon have hung in there and are now moving forward here with the ball as D'Angelo looks to get on the end of it. He goes over the top with Neocleus. He puts a ball inside 50 to vacant square, but coming through across was Tyson Biffin to take the relieving mark.
So he does that, Biffin, and finds, is that Rennett's in defensive 50?
He is in defensive 50, but Van Dyke's there as well.
All right, so that's the player that's got it. Nicely done. Beautiful.
You do what you need to do, Pop, and I'll continue to call. Halliburton squeezed the handle out there to Collison, who got it to D'Angelo. They went backwards. Connor Ambler and Rexy will roll around, go towards Dylan Lopez. Big spoil from Declan Kelty. At ground level, Neocleus tried to tap it forward. And it gets in the hands now of Jacko McMahon. Little chiselling kick nicely done inside and finds Dylan Lopez. Tight angle, though. With the breeze, Timmy would be tough, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. But Brett Eddy was standing in the square and he pointed the finger and just said, put it at the goals at the, as we tick on just under 22 minutes here.
Big moments, all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. The new convention and reception centre now open. It's absolutely stunning. 300-seat function room as Lopez comes in. This is a big moment and kept it skinny. And if he could have got that at the 22-minute mark, that would have been very handy when you think that Moe's had all the play.
Traralgon 139 on the Virtue Home scoreboard. 1 goal difference. Moe 2-3-15.
You know, it seems that way, but I'm interested to hear Paul Carter's stats at quarter time because I've got a feeling that things have evened up.
Yeah.
After the first, say, 5 and 8 minutes of this quarter, as Moe bring the ball back in. They go short, dangerous kick, went looking for McGrath. The big man got down low, still couldn't take it. Seppi had a go at it. Now McGrath gives it back.
Good
they find a Baldy. Which one? Trent. Trent goes over the top. And now Riley thumps it forward to the advantage of Wood. He's quick, takes a bounce, looks up and then goes 45-degree angle to Blazer. He can play on quickly. He does that. Kick to the top of the square. Herrigan front position coming through. He's a big man in Prout. He can't take the ball. And nicely done by Dan McKenna, and off go the Maroons.
Hourigan got it on the receiving handball, kicked it out wide, half-back flank. Jacko McMahon was there, kick around the body. They got one on. Neocleus, he doesn't decide to move it quickly.
Collison.
Now he does to Collison. Good call, Pop, over the top. Collison can run onto this one. Right foot kick in toward Eddie, and Long with a big spoil. Reuters couldn't get the front and square. Boundary line beat them both.
He just had to hold there for a second because Moe actually had 5 running back and Traralgon had pushed forward, obviously, with the fast break that Moe had just got on. So he just had to hold it up a second. Clever kick to Collison, and now the ball back inside Traralgon's forward 50.
23 and a half minutes gone. Shallow throw in. Eddie just taps it down. This is a repeat to Snyder. Gave it off to Neoclear. Snap around the body. One-on-one. Schilling couldn't take the mark. And Long thumped it through for a minor score again. Great tap work inside forward 50 from Brett Eddy.
Traralgon 1-4-10 to 5-point margin in Moe's favour. They are 2-3-15.
All right, so Tom Long, good defensive work there. He looked out of position, but somehow extended the arm to find the behinds as Scott Van Dyke brings the ball back into play. Not one of his best kicks. In fact, it's one of his worst, and they go forward again. Nicely brought back in by McMahon. He's been good, hasn't wasted a touch. Can they find a winner here? 20 metres from their goals. Baldy gets a quick handball out. Can he find a teammate? They can't. They're not out of trouble at the moment, but they're very close. It's stolen, and I tell you what, a quick kick from D'Angelo, maybe a contender for the Zambreros. Goal of the day. Traralgon back in business.
Yeah, absolutely. Great pressure there by Traralgon, bringing the ball back in. Obviously, an errant kick out of full back, but their forward pressure, especially in this last 10 minutes or so, is ramped up as opposed to the first 5 minutes where the ball was sort of coming out of their forward line too easy. So a great goal by D'Angelo there, and an important one as we tick up to just under 25 minutes.
And Traralgon hit the front for the first time in the match. It's a 1-point lead to them on the Virtue Home scoreboard. 2-4-16 to Moe 2-3-15.
Zambrero new kids meal now available. Kids have been missing out on Mexican for far too long. You can feel good Mex at Traralgon store or their new one down in Victoria Street in Warragul. As they hit the lead at the 25-minute mark, they go again. Cunico handball to Snyder. His kick goes towards the top of the 50. It's fairly open. Reuters there, try to keep it in front. Declan Keldy picked it up and ran into Reuters, and we'll have a stoppage. And the Maroons, all of a sudden, just wrestled back the momentum. 40 metres out now with this stoppage. Eddie will do the ruck duties again. It'll be against the ruckman in Lockie McGrath. Eddie with a nice little death tap again. Collison gave a handball across, a quick snap from Cunico. Doesn't quite bend it back enough. Snuck it in for a minor score, though. Virtue Home scoreboard this afternoon. In-house design teamwork. VirtueHomes.com.au.
Traralgon leading by 2 points, 2-5-17 to 2-3-15.
I tell you, Brett Eddy's the difference inside forward 50 at the moment with his racked up work, hasn't he? So
unbelievable.
He's created 3 or 4 different opportunities here for Traralgon.
All right, they bring the ball back in. I tell you what, they found the boundary again. So in the old days, of course, I reckon that would be paid a free kick when you play on and find the boundary without anyone touching the ball. That's what's happened. Left half forward flank, grandstand side. Traralgon into attack and back in business. They're 2 points ahead. Jacobson almost found his teammate there in Josh Hamilton. They couldn't, and now Moe will get a favourable bounce and they'll run to a one-on-one contest. This looks dangerous.
Good kick.
Real dangerous. Beautifully weighted kick to the advantage of Pepper. It came from Gowers, and now Pepper from just metres out, plays on, round the body, and says, whatever you can do, we can do better, and they take the lead back, Paul Carter.
They do. That didn't last very long. It lasted less than 2 minutes, and it's a lead of 4 points back in Murray's favour. At the 27-minute mark of the first quarter, they're 3-3-21, leading Traralgon 2-5-17. All this on the Virtue Home scoreboard.
Timmy, that's all classed by Billy Gow. As you can see, he's playing that higher level.
Yeah, absolutely. Bounce in the middle of the ground, just Ty Hourigan went for it, bounced over his head, landed with Gowers, but the kick was spot on the money. Knew Pepper had kind of little beaten if he went out towards his right-hand side, delivered the ball beautifully.
The Gippsland MG Player of the Day, the new MG ZS electric vehicle, making EV even easier at Gippsland MG on the Princess Highway. Again, taking it out of the ruck. Jacobson's been good, he though got pinged on that occasion for holding the footy. And Blazer wins it, gives a handle out the back to Van Dyke, wants to come back on the right foot, goes inside forward 50 again. Traralgon will fly. At ground level though, they got some numbers. Ambler was there, received the handball from Membry with a nice little chiselling kick. Hit up Cunico across half back. He handballs out wide. There's Collison, right foot kick to the wing area. Ground level was Lopez. No free kick was paid. And Dylan Lopez gets up, looks at both umpires, says, how about him be back?
Definitely a free kick, that one.
Boundary umpire will throw this one back in. 28 minutes ticked over now into this first quarter for Virtue Homes. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
I'm not going to point out the umpire at the moment, but there's one that's definitely giving decisions that maybe are questionable to one side and then not giving them to another side.
Off the ball free kick, Hamilton was being held by the one arm before he had possession.
So from half back to half forward, well picked up as we go back to the player that I thought gave away a free kick a moment ago, but Stan Lake takes a classy little mark with one hand on that occasion. So from half back he goes. In fact, it was Kelty, of course, that took that mark. Declan Kelty took that mark and kicks towards the half-forward flank, and there's a few players that went high and came down hard, but importantly, the umpire will take control. Hamilton, the last player up for Traralgon.
Yeah, Dan McKenna with a big fly as well on that stoppage. Jacobson, this time McGrath tapped it down, beautifully done to Gowers in stride. Got it inside forward 50. Comes into the back. Hourigan tried to take it on. Couldn't get there. Pepper tapped it to the dangerous spot. Here's Billy Gowers again and Ty Hourigan. Great battle between these two. Gets to the boundary line. Gowers keeps his feet. Stays on. Runs through one tackler. That's holding the ball every day of the week, surely. Oh, and the umpire said no. Goodness gracious me. Last line, it's going to be umpire ball up. He had the ball, he took on one, he took on the second, got pinged in a tackle, and then there's a free kick for holding the man, and it's going to go Traralgon's way. I know what that is.
Yeah. It's an even or upper, but it is hard to get your head around sometimes. I tell you what, that forward line of Gowers and Pepper and Prowse is looking pretty dangerous, I've got to say, and all three of them were pretty prevalent in that quarter, kicking goals each. Anyway, quarter time, Scud.
Yeah, 3-3-21 the Lions, leading Traralgon 2-5-17. It's been an entertaining first quarter for Virtue Homes. You've been listening to Gippsland Live right here on TRFM. And we'll take a quick break. It's thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
He didn't want to play it because he kept it. He works with my sales managers, brother, and I
Welcome back. It's quarter time here from Terry Hunter Oval in Traralgon, and an entertaining one. It's the Lions leading by 4 points at the moment, 3-3-21, leading Traralgon 2-5-17. Started off with a couple of goals to the Lions, Prowse and Gowers, and then the Maroons got their game going. Started to get a few more inside 50s, Hamilton and D'Angelo, with Pepper closing one out for the first quarter at the 27-minute mark. And key stats, all thanks to Gippsland MG, making EV even easier, the new electric vehicle, MG ZS. It's available at Gippsland MG. Here's Paul Carter.
Moe won the inside 50s 12-9. However, Traralgon won the clearances 15-9 and centre clearances 3-1. The free kicks went Moe's way 7-4. Moe had more marks than Traralgon, and 22-16. The ruckman, we saw Max Jacobson with 11 hit-outs up against Lachlan McGrath with 5. They were also backed up by a couple of other players that we'll probably cover better at half-time. Leading stat winners individually, Mark Collison, 9 disposals for Traralgon, 7 each to Tom Schneider and Ty Hurigan, 6 to Jordan Cunico and 5 to Louis D'Angelo. For Moe, the leading stat winner, Riley Baldy with 9 disposals. I should have had Trent in there, but I haven't. 6 to Scott Van Dyke, 5 to Harry Sim, 4 to Harry Pepper.
Thanks very much, Paul Carter. Some around the grounds. Here's Tim Sexton, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Don't forget, you can get 60 months interest-free, no deposit finance from Latitude Financial and receive a $1,000 bonus gift card.
A couple of scores here from the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. We've got Lean Gather 6-4-40, Morwell Donuts.
Wow.
Not registered anything in the first quarter. Maffra 5-8-38 in Winnigishan's 250th game to Warrigal 1 point. We've got Druin leading Sale to 3-5-21 to 2-6-18. And the score that I've got down there at Wonthaggi is 1-4-10 to Bairnsdale, 1 point.
All right. I sent a bit of a cheerio to Steve Presley. He's a good Morwell boy, listening to our call in Rosedale with a mate of his called Charles Backer, and really enjoying the call. So well done to you, Prez. Thanks for listening as we start this second quarter.
Yeah, all thanks to the Moe Racing Club. And again, Collison tried to do some grunt work in the middle. And in there as well was Ferrado for the Lions. We'll have a secondary stoppage.
I tell you what, Morwell, Sale wouldn't want to get beaten by Druin today.
No, that's the other little conundrum there, isn't it? That'll be really interesting. As we'll keep an eye on that throughout the afternoon. Cade Reuters will run onto this one at half forward. And Declan Kelly's been in everything this afternoon, just rushes it over for a boundary throw-in.
Just a couple of other scores around in a couple of other leagues. Mid-Gippsland, Tarwin and Foster currently a draw at 2-2-14 apiece. Tura are beating Hill End by 4 goals. Stony Creek and Fish Creek is a 5-point lead to Fish Creek, and Thorpedale are beating Innar by 9 points.
All right, the ball left half forward flank. Traralgon will attack. Moe have got possession though and play on nicely. They kick from half back to half forward. It came from Big Ben Danaher, but marked nicely by Ty Hurigan. Goes inboard. Collison just forward of left half back. Just steadies the ship. Looks left, looks right, goes long. Can he find a winner? He can't. Goes to open space. And guess who? It's going to be Declan Kelty that takes the ball, as he so often does, because he reads it so beautifully.
Just watch that then with Kelty. It wasn't sort of even in his sort of direct opponent's area, but soon as it was in dispute, his acceleration to win the footy was something special. He's very good at reading the ball.
The ball thrown back in now. Traralgon are desperate to get into attack, and they do throw Sue Collison. He was taken off the ball. First player there is going to be Brock Smith, though, to hold the ball in the area. Quick kick off the ground, dropping the ball. A free kick Traralgon's way goes the way of Louis D'Angelo. Plays on quickly. The lead's on for Eddie.
Oh, good hit.
Good strong hands in front of the face. 30 metres from Traralgon's goals.
Great hands, absolutely, as you called there, Poppy. Perfect call. D'Angelo, pinpoint accuracy on that one, and experienced player in Brett Eddy. as we said, we'll go back and try and put Traralgon back in front. Just ticked over 2 minutes here in the second quarter.
So he's leading the goal kicking for the league. He's kicked 51 to date after 5 last week. This is an opportunity for his first this week. It's going to be an important one to put Traralgon in the front. Guess what, boys? It's a goal. The first and the second quarter, Traralgon have hit the lead.
Yeah, an important goal for Eddie, and as you said there, probably a strong leading forward, great contested grab, and then going back and putting an important goal forward. The flags have dropped a little bit here in terms of the breeze, but there's certainly still some wind heading down towards that Loyang end.
And when the 2 minute mark is the first score of the second quarter, it goes Traralgon's way, and as you've heard, it's taken them back into the lead by 2 points. 3-5-23 on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard as the Traralgon score to Murray 3-3-21.
Oh, that's what you want as a forward, is a Louis D'Angelo bullet. And the Maroons are certainly up for the challenge this afternoon. It's a big game for them as the ball goes to the middle of the ground. Jacobson with a big spike forward. Neocleus was first off the line, gave it back to D'Angelo again. Eddie's on a long lead. Can't quite complete the mark. Second effort was great. Tried to squeeze a handball. Didn't have it.
Holding!
Free kick to Brett Eddie directly in front on this occasion. His second effort was pretty good. It caused the free kick, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. He hit the pack really hard. He had Billy Schilling in front, but went up, tried to take it. Then the second effort, as soon as it went to ground, and he was taken straight away without possession of the ball. And this could be 2 goals in a minute for Brett Eddie and stretch the margin even further for Traralgon.
Well done by Harvey Neocleus from that stoppage. Hard in off the line from half forward. Allowed it to go inside 50 to this man, Eddie, and Eddie puts it through. Another one. He's got 2 goals within a couple of minutes. And the Maroons extend the margin out to 8, Tim.
Absolutely, they do. Great start for the second quarter for the Maroons. As we said, they were slow to start in that first quarter, but then I think the game sort of evened out in that, and they've started this second quarter exactly how Coach Best would have wanted them to start.
And it's an 8-point lead now to Traralgon. 4 minutes played of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard has the Maroons 4-5-29, leading Murray 3-3-21.
I just think they're getting beaten in the centre here at the moment when they make that change. So coming in, Lachlan McGrath, but Jacobson's been getting his hand on the ball around the ground and in the centre circle, and that makes a big difference.
Don't mind that big forward one as well.
Yeah, here he goes again. Can he get a hand? He does. He forces it 5-6 metres. Can he find a winner? He cannot. It's one of the Baldy boys. And I speak of Riley, gets first possession, feeds it off to Seppi. From half back, here they go. Half forward. Harry Sims, got some pace. Can he use it? He can't. He's tackled, gets away a handball. Can it find the boundary? It can't. Traralgon have lifted the tempo somewhat and under pressure have been steady. A good level kick finds the ruckman in Jacobson. And from half-back flank, he's looking desperately for an option. Finds one in the corridor. Can he find Collison? He can. Collison taken, well, I thought front on. Umpire says play on. So play on is what they do. First player there is Schilling. Feeds it off, dispossessed. And now Danaher gives it off as well. Nicely done. Taken out of the pack it was by Ferrado. And Ferrado goes to the right half-forward flank to find Baldy. And that's Trent.
Yeah, delivers inside, but on this occasion, Hourigan takes the intercept mark, quickly plays on, try to get out to the wing where Lopez was on a long lead. But Kelty spoils it again.
Two of the league best backmen there in that passage of play. Gow has tried to work Hourigan under the ball, but he's too good for that. And he just led at it, took the mark and then went. And then we saw the Moe coach in Kilty come through and spoil the praise on the wing.
Boundary throw in. Again, good work by Jacobson. Trying to get handball over the top to Sinclair. Runner Schneider gets it inboard, but no one there. It's all Moe. Sim will be the one on the end of this. To Ferrado, to back to Sin by hand. His kick to half forward. And again, it's going to be picked up, this time by Connor Ambler. It's being played between the arcs at the moment. He wants to switch. He wants to come to the near side, and he's got someone on. It's McKenna. He can chip it further out wide. Now they've got some space. It's in the hands of McMahon. He can go to D'Angelo, and he does just that by foot. 60 metres out, open forward line. Hamilton presents, but so does Eddie. He's got 3 to beat. Did he get a shove in the back? No. Play on, said the umpire. Biffin runs it over for a boundary throw-in. Eddie focused. Do you go to Hamilton on the shorter lead or the bigger one to Eddie?
No, it was the right kick. But Declan Kelty left Lopez, was about 10 metres off the ball and came across to be that extra one. He just left Lopez then. He knew where the ball was going to go.
Maroons lead it by 8. Can't quite win the stoppage. Ferrado clears it out for the Lions.
Momentarily you feel, oh no, nicely done by Sim. Stole the ball from 2 Traralgon players and goes towards the half-forward line. Nicely done. Good courage shown it was too by Mitchie Membry. That caused a turnover and off they go through Connor Litter. That's Traralgon. And they go inboard to Ambler, who he's got a nice little option too in Schultz, or as they say, Skoltes, and goes inside forward 50. Behind play, there's a bit of an altercation, including Schneider that's taken to the ground by Baldy.
No.
Free kicks paid, and you know what?
That's 50.
Baldy should know better because...
He put down Schneider, yep.
Schneider played for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if the free kick...
It's gotta be 50.
It has to be 50 metres. The player with the ball inside 50, and here we go. Here's a certain goal through a lack of discipline. Josh Hamilton will get a goal through Baldy being sucked into a confrontation with Schneider, and he fell for it hook, line and sinker, and guess what? Moe don't even line up on the mark.
No.
Not a good sign. We've said this before.
Yep.
Goal for Traralgon. Moe have dropped their bundle, and Traralgon are on their way with a third goal of the quarter.
Absolutely, they are. And the thing was, the umpire was watching it because it was the second time that they'd had a go at Snyder in that little passage. So there's a little bit of a scuffle. They got up. He went running off with it, and then Baldy got him again. So they were already onto it, the umpires. Not smart play. And again, as you said, Poppy, ill-disciplined not to stand on the mark and make him kick it over the earth.
All 3 goals for Traralgon have come in the first 8 minutes of play in the Moe Racing Club scoreboard season with a 14-point lead, 5-5-35, leading Moe 3-3-21.
Wow, back to the middle, big moments, all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. Maroon certainly up for the fight. Head over the football there was Halliburton. Although kick was smothered, McGrath will do the forward handball. Missed it though. Membry was there, but he coughed it back up to McGrath. Handball then was smothered. They tried to work it out through Seppi it was.
Oh.
And we got a stoppage inside the centre square.
Pressure's on.
It certainly is. It's game on as well, Pop. And it's exactly what we wanted to see between these top 4 sides in the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. It's so late in the season of round 15. We'll have another stoppage again. Of course, big moments all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. For inquiries with their new convention and reception centre, head to themoorbowls.com.au.
So Moe desperately trying to get on the scoreboard, going too early, or it's going to go Moe's way for a shepherd. Not sure that was actually there. I thought McGrath went way too early, came up, came down, and then Seppi got hold of the ball in the end, free kick, but he goes forward and can't get it past Dan McKenna, who sees a player loose outer side of the ground. That player's Cunico. Having a word to his old man this morning inside the Grand Junction. Hope you were allowed to be there, Maxie.
Nice.
And he finds Hamilton outer side of the ground. Big time, good kick from Jordan. A 50-metre penalty, is it?
Push after he took the mark.
Okay.
It wasn't in the play.
And I tell you what,
he's not careful.
There's going to be another one
There's
as
another
well.
one.
He didn't mean it, but when you're trying to be a smart ass, that's what happens, buddy. So that's what happens. So now Brock Smith will be paying the price, and Moe just need to gain their composure again because they're losing it in instances in which they don't.
Everyone knows,
need to.
Everyone knows the rule. If you pay a 50, you've got to get out of the way. And he was smart, undisciplined. Ill-disciplined again here by Moe.
Yes.
Weren't manning up. Neoclis has just waltzed straight inside, and he'll kick from 35 metres out directly in front.
So I can tell you what to expect. Another goal, firstly, and then I reckon there's going to be a real physical contest from Moe. Good sides know what to do when they want to stop a run, and that's what a good side will do. That's Moe. But for now, Neoclius needs to make them pay. From 30 metres out directly in front. Looks okay. Will it come back nicely? It does.
Wow.
That lead's extended. Moe, what have you got? Show us in the next couple of minutes.
Wow, this is certainly game on, and something that we wanted to see for the Maroons. Were they up for the challenge? And they've certainly come out, and in this second quarter, they've banged on 4 straight goals. And as we said, Hamilton took the 100-metre penalty, gave it off to Neoclius, who slotted it through.
It's now a 20-point lead to Traralgon at the 11-minute mark of the second quarter. The Moe Racing Club scoreboard, Traralgon 6-5-41. Moe still on their quarter-time score of 3-3-21.
Yeah, absolutely. You said there's got ill-disciplined 100-metre penalty, and that's 3 50-metre penalties that they've given away in the first 11 minutes of this second quarter. And it's not good enough, and I'm sure Coach Kilty will be wanting to get his runner out there just to tell the boys to settle down a little bit and go back to what they were doing in the first 10 minutes when they had full control of this game.
Well, now Prowse gets moved into the ruck, and I think that's probably a bit of match-up because Jacobson's been on top. You know, he still wins this one, but they didn't win the clearance. There's Snyder. They went at him again. Danaher put a big, strong tackle. And we'll do it again. Jacobson and Prowse. Jacobson again got high. Front spot there was Snyder. Got dumped in the tackle from Blazer. And the free kick will go Snyder's way.
they've just got to stop putting their attention onto one here and then actually start playing some footy, because Traralgon have had all the play in this first 11 minutes.
Ambler's delivery inside 50 to Hamilton was good. It meant for Schilling, but it went over his head. And it lands in the hand of Josh Hamilton. He's kicked 2 this afternoon.
Needs to go back, and they was sort of looking to try and give it off, but a couple of the experienced players have just told him, go back and have another set shot here and try and put will be the 5th in the quarter for Traralgon on the board if he can nail this one.
Hamilton's got 2, rolls around a little bit, doesn't quite get good purchase on it. Top of the square, Schilling had a good look at it, didn't quite complete it. Van Dyke will run this out to Prowse. Can he find an exit target? He does in Biffin. He's got the runner in Wood. He sold the candy, that's 50. No, the umpire's given up on that rule. Quick one to Danaher to Baldy. A tumbler on the ground, it's not going to work. Membry was there to pick it up at half-back for the Maroons and find Hamilton. Waits, delivers by hand to McMahon. He puts it high, inside forward 50. Tom Hamilton! Oh, one bite. Second effort's not bad. Slung around in the tackle. My ball. Game on. Dust up now. 30 metres out. This is what we've come to see.
It's always going to happen, this.
Absolutely. There's about 20 blokes around the ball at the moment as they're all trying to get up here. 2 umpires have come in to sort it out. Some big contests. Schilling, he's been going hard at it these last couple of times the ball's gone in 50. He's going to stick one of them shortly.
Maroons lead by 20, 13-minute mark.
All right, Eddie got the tap down, but importantly the clearance came the way of Riley Baldy. The kick all of 45, maybe 50 metres, only going to go as far as Skoltes, and Skoltes goes inboard quickly. The kick wasn't that great, finds a Baldy, and it's the Riley type that marks from the half-back flank. Take 2. It's Trent Baldy that marks from the half-back flank and goes short. Paul Carter's, he's giving possession to one Baldy when there should be another. You know what? By the end of the day, we'll leave it at that. James Blazer.
Danaher.
And now Benny Danaher inboard. Harry Sim tries to change direction. Can he find his teammate in Van Dyke, who's pressed up from the defence? He can. Look at this bad kick, and it's Mitch Membry that takes the easiest of marks, 30 metres from these goals. The kick, I reckon, scud past Wood's back of his head, but it was good enough to find Collison, and Collison's kick is pretty poor, goes out of play in the full, and the free kick will go Moe's way to Tyson Biffin.
Yeah, poor entry before from the Lions. They had Gowers on and didn't quite get to him. Biffin's kick was short to Seppi. He's a left footer. Gowers wants it towards the Puds Bar area. He's pointing in that direction, still wants it. Seppi just waits, now puts it there, and then Gowers will come and fly. Can't complete the mark. Trent Baldy there. Handball back to Gowers. Kick around the body, and as the goalkeeper does, Dan McKenna, very, very good.
Seppi was waiting, I reckon, good 15, 20 seconds. There was absolutely no movement in the Moe forward line other than Gowers pointing his finger at exactly the same spot. There was absolutely no movement whatsoever.
Okay, so McKenna goes to McMahon. McMahon goes inboard, finds teammate in Ambler, who goes to the outer side. They crisscross when they should have cross-crissed, and guess what? Wood got the ball, and he marks 35 metres out directly in front.
Say that again.
Well, he crisscrossed when he should have cross-crissed.
Crisscross will make you jump.
One player that's off at the moment, Harry Pepper, who was limping past here before he's gone down to the rooms.
All right, that could be, keep an eye on that one, Timmy, as Wood goes for goal. They desperately need a major score, and off the boot it looks good. Moe have responded in the way good sides do. Good goal to Jacob Wood.
Yeah, absolutely. One of our favourites here on Gippsland Live, Ty Hourigan, he cross-crissed instead of criss-crossing, or whichever way he was meant to go. He didn't go, and coughed it up there. Experience for Wood, came in, took the mark, and in his 200th game, gone back and slotted an important goal for the Lions.
And that the Moe's first score, and it's coming at the 15-minute mark of this second quarter. The Moe Racing Club scoreboard sees Moe now 4-3-27, still 14 points in arrears of Traralgon, who is 6-5-41.
If you age between 18 and 25, don't forget you can join the Moe Racing Club as a young member. Great benefits with race day entry, member lounge. It's fantastic there with the Cup Day coming up very shortly as well. Neoklis again off that half-forward line with a nice handle to Jacko McMahon. Right foot kick to open space. Hamilton the target. Josh has got it again.
Good mark.
He's been a handful. He's been played on. He just faked a handball. That's all it was.
He's go off the line.
Towards Lopez now. He'll find touch. And Josh Hamilton can't believe it either. He did not move. He just wanted to fake the handball.
Yep. Issue with it, Scud, is the rule is if you show that, because what they were trying to do is get the people to move off the mark, so it becomes 50. So as soon as you look to fake it, it's play on.
Good call, umpire, as we said.
You can't fake it to make it anymore, Pop.
No, I'm gone. I would have been dead.
Eddie from the stoppage grabs it, kicks around the body and puts it out of bounds on the full.
minutes.
I like that thought, though, from Eddie, where he's found a running player and set plays on 3 occasions. On that time, they probably wouldn't have expected him to take it. He took it. Just the kick didn't hit flush like it needed to.
Short throw in, smart, played in front, grabbed it. He just, I think he was a bit surprised that it landed in his lap pop.
Yep, true enough.
Tyson Biffin brings it back in and finds Seppi.
Just.
Only just. Left foot from Seppi will clear the area now. Prowse will be the target. Hamilton's in a good spot as well. And marks Tom Hamilton.
He marks well from in front of the pack, doesn't he?
He's a very good, solid player, Tom, and drives it into a hot spot. Lopez can't mark. Spoil from Brock Smith. Back towards Biffin. Now by hand they get it out to Seppi. Now a quick kick from Van Dyke. Will look for Trent Baldy. And again, Hamilton this time couldn't get it. Trent Baldy, though, quickly does a forward handball to Jacob Belfer. Runs to the wing. Delivers to half forward. Gowers takes the mark in front of Hourigan. Hourigan's been told to stand. He wants to come back a couple. Gowers looks up. He's got one inboard. And that is a beautiful inboard kick to Blazer. Turns around. Goes to the top of the square. Prowse will have to fly. Can't mark there. McKenna was back. Membry as well with the underground handball towards Hourigan's toes. And he can't keep it in. And in front of Puds Bar with a nice crowd building here at Terry Hunter Oval, we see a boundary throw-in. 18 minutes gone, 14-point margin. It's in favour of the Maroons.
It is too. So Mo into attack, though, wanting to close that margin. Hamilton gets the left hand, tap down. Couldn't find a teammate.
Oh, yes!
A check side for goal. He points to Puds Bar. That's dangerous at any time of the day. Moe all of a sudden closed that gap, courtesy of a Zambrero goal of the day contender from Billy Gowers.
What a great goal, a classy finish from Billy Gowers there. You can't buy that. That's just pure class on the outside of the right boot. Put it straight through, and he certainly did. He gave the Puds Bar a nice little send-off.
And it brings the margin back to 8 points in Traralgon's favour on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. We're at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter. Murray 5, 3:33 trail. Traralgon 6-5, 41.
Well, big moments are all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. And, of course, their new convention reception centre is now open. Back to the middle. Hamilton doing ruck duties. Tapped it down. Had to do a little bit of groundwork as well. And we'll have a secondary stoppage.
Be interested to see how they go here, Traralgon, with Jacobson not in the ruck. He's had full control, so Hamilton needs to do the job.
Big thump forward from Moe Sim. Quick handball and off they go. They're going to get two in a minute, are they? No, punch forward. Mitch Membry was there. Goes for touch, goes for safety and finds it just in the nick of time. 19 and a half minutes gone, Paul Carter, and all of a sudden that margin is starting to look dangerous for Traralgon again.
Back to 7 points. 5-4-34 Murray, 6-5-41 Traralgon.
All right, off the half-back flank, Traralgon go. Quick kick forward from Harper Fox. Don't know much about Harper. He looks a likely type as well. Nicely done it was by Schilling. Got rid of the tackler. Can he do it again? I thought take it high. Play on the call. He was just about to be caught for holding the ball. There's now on the end of it Trent Baldy. Runs out of the centre. Can he find his... it was a rocket of a kick looking for Billy Gowers. Hit him on that big barrel chest and bounced off. Tyson Hourigan picks up the crumbs and gives them another chance, as this time it's going to be Mitch Stanlake will send the Lions forward.
To Danaher. Left foot kick in towards Gowers again. And Hourigan. Gowers, and there's a free kick. It's going against Hourigan.
Yep.
Hold
of the jumper.
So Billy Gowers, Trent Hourigan, Ty Hourigan I should say, have been great matchups all afternoon. It's been an absolute belter, and we're only 20 minutes into this second quarter. And Gowers will have another shot on goal. He's got two. Hourigan's been good as well, and he lines up for third of the afternoon. Traralgon kick four to open this one. His kick, though, kept it skinny, and it's a minor score. And the Moe Racing Club scoreboard says
5-5-35 Moe, 6-5-41 Traralgon, 1 goal the difference.
It's amazing the game. They've certainly taken control back again, Moe, and have had more of the play. Traralgon haven't been able to get it out of this sort of back half for a little while, and they'll be wanting to get the possession here as we've ticked over 21 minutes.
Membry's kick to Scolters. Scolters inboard kick, looking for D'Angelo. Hand up with there from Danaher. Quick kick, though, from Danaher was rushed. It tumbles in. Tom Hamilton did well. He cleared the area. Kicks towards his brother Josh.
Nice.
Who elevates in front of the big pack and takes a nice mark. Hamilton looks towards half forward. Wants to get it over the back. That's a neat kick to Schilling.
Oh, has to be a free kick.
Has to be.
You.
Did not look at the player. Did Pratt, and Billy Schilling takes the free kick. Moe, you got a loose number back in Tommy Long. Eddie's going to have to defeat two of them. He goes in that direction. He's got two to beat. Couldn't do so. Big spoil over the back from Kelty. And it goes over for a boundary throw in 21. Make it 22 minutes now into this second quarter for Moe Racing Club.
Traralgon need to look at a couple of other options rather than just being Eddie focused.
All right, Eddie, speak of the devil, went out the back with a appeared to be a set play. Guess what? It was Danaher that was onto it. They cleared the area only as far as Hamilton, keeps it inside the area. Collison takes the ball, dispossessed. The umpire says throwing the ball. Free kick against Traralgon will go Moe's way. It's going to go the way of Trent Baldy.
Harry Pepper just doing a couple of little run-throughs left and right. Seems to be maybe a lower leg type issue or a hip issue area. Just not sort of moving freely at the moment.
I'll wait for the official diagnosis, boxer.
Ben Danaher goes along the line, can't find a teammate. Harry Sim had the ball taken from him. Nicely done it was by big Nick Prowse. Moves okay. Gives the ball back to Biffin. Biffin goes for a risky kick. One-on-one kicking in danger. No, the umpire says you can do that these days. And now plays a free kick Moe's way. Okay, this is frustrating. Brock Smith with the ball. Goes towards Jacob Belfer, finds that player in front of our commentary position who finds Blazer. He's been around for a long, long time, this bloke, and still gives his all every single week. Goes inboard now to Seppi. On that left foot, he takes a bounce, risky move, but he's good enough to get by. Kicks to within a metre of the square. And guess what? Ty Hirrigan. It was sort of a ballerina-type pirouette, flew in the sky, took the ball ever so beautifully and gave it back to the player he didn't want to find. And that was James Blazer. LaPrez made him earn it.
Back to Hirrigan.
And Baldy let him know that he shouldn't have done it. But guess what? That player...
Ty Hirrigan again.
Has taken the mark in the last line of defence. Oof.
Chips it over the top to Collison. That was
and 50. How many 50s against Moe today? That must be at least 4.
That'll be their 4th, I'm pretty sure. All in this quarter.
We had a double too.
Yeah, we had the. Well, I classified that as 250. Sorry.
So Collison went lateral out to the far side of the ground where Connor Little was there, all on his own. Kicks to half forward. Van Dyke intercept mark was great. Stopped the forward thrust from the Maroons. And Van Dyke looks up. Just ticked over 24 minutes. It's been a good little comeback here now from the Lions. They trailed by as much as 20 in that quarter. This quarter, I should say. They've got it back to about 6 points at the moment. So they still trail, though, there. Got a boundary throw in now at their half-forward line, 70 metres out from their goal.
Yeah, just starting to look a little bit more dominant in and around the ground, Moe, as opposed to Traralgon. Traralgon got obviously out there in that first 10 or 15 minutes, but Moe is certainly taking control back of this game.
Boundary throw was shallow again. Front and square there was Tom Hamilton doing the midfield work on that occasion. And we'll have a ball up this time. So Jacobson in the ruck. Do the ruck duties with Charlie Rennett. Jacobson tapped it down though. Riley Baldy grabbed it, got it towards the top of the 50. Jacob Wood with a nice little sidestep. Opens it up for Trent Baldy. Now right foot delivery towards Prowse was good enough. Composure inside 50 is important. And it allows Chris Prowse to go, maybe even Nick, because Chris isn't out there. And allows Nick to go over shot for goal. Slideish angle late into the second quarter to square things up. And wouldn't it be fitting if we went into half-time all locked apiece, 6-5, 41 apiece. But Nick Prowse has to complete the duties. Slide angle, kicking towards the city end of the ground at Terry Hunter Oval in Traralgon. Round 15, Prowse comes in right towards the half-time siren, puts it through the middle, and we have scores locked apiece at 6-5, 41 each.
Yeah, probably fitting for where the game's been in these first 2 quarters. So obviously we said the first quarter, Moe had the first 10 minutes, and the Traralgon were able to slowly get things back on their terms. They started like a house on fire in this second quarter, Traralgon, but Moe have just fixed up their discipline a little bit. Have got the ball back in their hands and have taken control again. Sort of happened a little bit too when Jacobson went out of the ruck. He'd had full dominance there in that first part of the quarter. So cracking game as we expected here between these two teams.
And it's, as Darryl said, 6-5, 41 apiece on the Moe Racing Club scoreboard.
The score's locked away. There's been a few score or lead changes through the course of this game as Moe break away from the centre. Inside forward 50. Danaher was the player that got it in that area. Another free kick goes Moe's way. Pushing the back. It's going to go the way of Jacob Belfer, who will kick from outside 50. But he's got a few options here. Which one does he choose? kicks to the advantage, or he went searching for. Oh, gee, I thought pushed out.
Yeah.
I don't know the consistencies, what it might be as the ball gets kicked from defensive 50 and finds the boundary line. So boundary umpire will take control.
There's rules for a forward and there's a rules for a defender.
Yeah,
they're different.
The problem is that in the first quarter, there was the rules for the Traralgon forward was that was a push.
Yeah.
That was a clear push against Hourigan.
Yep.
Gowers on Hourigan.
All right, ball thrown back in. McGrath got the favourable throw in. Couldn't quite get a hand on it. Baldy can. That's Riley Bawley. Left foot kick. Sling tackle. And the umpire says no.
Kind of little at the bottom of that pack.
Kind of little. It's taken pretty harshly, but I think fairly. It was sort of line ball. Inside Moe's forward 50 now. Neither player. McGrath got a chance at it and then goes to ground. He looked like he was
tripped.
Hit hard or tripped, yeah. He went to ground fairly easily and the umpire again will take control. Yeah, I wasn't sure, to be honest. Jacobson taps it towards the boundary. Can he find a teammate? He can't. It's Seppi. Left foot kick. Top of the square. Danger zone. Falls to the front of the pack. Who's the first player there? Skoltes. He's dispossessed by Wood. Goes one way. Goes another. Kicks for goal. It's all Traralgon. And Mitch Membry's been pretty solid.
Yeah, they quickly move it out towards Snyder. In his defensive back pocket is Tom Snyder. He looks up. Closing on half-time, 28 minutes have ticked over. Scores locked level as Snyder clears it out. McGrath's in the front spot, Hamilton at the back, no one can mark. Ball's in the front spot, there is Riley Baldy. Right foot snap on goal, if you don't mind Riley Baldy. Swooped on it, put it through, and a Zambrero goal that a contender for the Star from Moe.
Yeah, all the pressure had been there for Moe for a long period of time, and there was just a matter of time before they were going to get enough of a run on, like Traralgon had in the first part of the quarter. And they've hemmed Traralgon in. They weren't able to work the ball out of their deep 50 like they had been, and great reward for effort and a great goal there by Riley Baldy.
Believe it or not, Moe's won the quarter by 2 points after all of that. 29 minutes played in the second quarter. 7-5-47 is the Moe score on the Moe Racing Club scoreboard. Traralgon 6-5-41.
So all of that momentum early with Traralgon. Moe should be commended for stopping it and then starting their own and to regaining the lead right on the half-time siren, you would think, as Baldy tries to get it out. That's Riley. Can he find a teammate? He can. That's Blazer. And Danaher gets on the end of it. Well, he went for the Torrey. It came out of a tumble punt, and on the back of it was Tommy Schneider that takes the mark. He had to sit and wait. Now he'll go short to Jacobson. Jacobson, right as the half-time siren goes, gives the ball back to the umpire, and both sides have got a chance to compose themselves.
Well, they did. It started off in a flurry. The first 11 minutes, it was 4 goals to the Maroons. And then Moe, as Poppy just said, wrestled back the momentum. They kicked 4 goals themselves. Ends up being a 6-point margin in favour of the Lions at halftime. It's Moe 7-5-47, leading Traralgon 6-5-41. It is Gippsland Live. It's a great clash of round 15 action of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League, and it's right here on TRFM across Gippsland and the Valley, and we do it for Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Let's get down to business, all right. The third quarter coming up. Of course, all thanks to McDonald's Gippsland this afternoon. His big third quarter, the margin sits at 6 points at the moment. In favour of the Moe Lions. They are 7-5 47, 6-5 41. Anyone want to change their tips? Timmy?
No.
Poppy?
Oh, no, thanks.
Timmy?
No, I'm right for the moment, I think.
All right. Paul Carter?
No, I think Moe have got the nonsense out of their game, and I think they'll go on with it after this.
Yeah, really. I like that observation, Carts, because I think that's what you'd expect from Moe, from what we've seen of them. I reckon they've got that half-time break would have done them the world of good. So as much as I expect Moe maybe to be playing their best football of the afternoon in the first 15 minutes of this quarter, it's going to be a real nice test for Traralgon and what they've actually got.
Well, about to get underway. Both sides are out there at the moment.
Eighth, I've got to say thanks to the boys. Is it Cafe
Viva?
Oh,
yes.
Cafe Viva. If that's the sort of food you get there, wow, make sure you give it a visit.
Yeah, absolutely. So this third quarter underway. Louis D'Angelo tried to win the first one. Squeezed a handball out, though, from Baldy. That was Riley. Danaher's quick kick to half forward. Gowers leads Hourigan on this occasion. Steps him around close to the boundary line. His right foot kick, though, puts it 15 rows back out of bounds on the full.
How do you see that contest at the moment?
That's exactly the same thing.
So Hourigan, Hourigan had 12 possessions, I think, from memory in the first quarter. Cart set.
Gowers have got 2 goals.
2 goals.
I think it's been tight.
50-50.
Yeah.
And they're both doing what I think what their coaches would expect them to do. So I don't think either one's in front, and I don't think either one's dominated the other. So 2 great players going at it. It's great to watch. So.
Yeah, great battle, isn't it? Absolutely a great battle between those two. So Little brings it back into the field of play, drives it towards half back now. At ground level there, Danaher squeezed a handball out the back. Target there was Ferrado. His little wobbly half drop punt torpedo kick got towards half forward. Sim at ground level squeezed a handball back to Stanlake. High inside forward 50 kick. Prowse and McKenna. And McKenna takes the mark and will relieve the pressure again with a squaring kick out wide. Beautifully done to Jackson McMahon.
So McMahon from the half-back flank, usually a good use of the ball. He threaded one through looking for LaPraise. LaPraise just couldn't quite grab hold of that one. And that's probably one player that could get more of the ball this afternoon, LaPraise up front.
Yep.
Some of their matchups are good, though. I really like McKenna on Prowse. I really like, as we said, the fact that Hourigan and Gowers are having a good contest. And you could probably name 5 or 6 of those around the ground today as Collison grabs the ball, quick kick forward, more in hope than anything else, and only goes as far as Moe, and they go down the line to Sim, plays on quickly, and Hamilton Skolter's got his hand in it. Stop was possibly going to be a certain kick.
Sling tackle.
I tell you what, he got a sling tackle. I thought it was holding the ball prior to the tackle, but anyway, he gets the free kick fortuitously, I think. But anyway, there's probably a few owed on both sides as he goes short to Ambler, defensive 50, finds a teammate, Cunico. They've all been serviceable, but somehow they're going to have to find even more as Connor Little comes from behind Cunico, provides an option who kicks to space, but he can't find Hamilton, can't find a teammate. It's close to holding the ball. Play on is the call. Brock Smith gives it off to his teammate in Maslin, who's taken over the line and out of play on the full the ball goes. And there will be a free kick goes Traralgon way to Cunico.
Well, interesting passage of play there, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. The sun's in the umpire's eyes here when it's getting close to it. He's put his hand up more in his eyes than anywhere else at the moment, so we'll give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt.
Inboard.
Where it's coming from.
Inboard kick went to Halliburton. Halliburton will kick along the line. Lopez might be the target. Hamilton across the front. That's Tom. Good bite to the cherry. Open forward line if you move it quick now, Tom. That could be 50.
Penalty. Again?
Yep. Pratt put down Dylan Lopez.
What am I telling you about this? This is going to be their Achilles heel.
Well, you won't be able to do it. They keep sort of Pratt's certainly selling to Dylan Lopez. Stop mouthing off. Well, Pratt, you've just given away 50-metre penalty and you're about to give away this goal because he's not happy.
He's off too. He's taken him off. So who has the last laugh here?
Yeah.
And LaPraise will go all day. He doesn't care.
No. So all that Tom Hamilton has to do, though, is finish the goal. And now the runner's gone out to Pratt. Pratt's ignored him. He's not coming off. Hamilton's still having a shot. A bit of a push and shove. Sim and Snyder. Pratt and Lopez still talk. Tom Hamilton now rolls in. And Tom Hamilton, no, he's missed it.
That's when you need to make them pay. So,
Yep.
Anyway, they bring the ball back into play. Paul Carter, get a score update in just a moment as Moe in defensive 50. Want to play that on. Harry Sim towards the outer side of the ground. Can't really find a teammate. And the ball will spill over the boundary line on the left half-back flank for Moe.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has a 5-point lead to Moe, 4-minute mark of the third quarter, 7-5-47. Traralgon now 6-6-42.
Plenty of chat coming out of the Lions through all of that, and even from the coach, Declan Kilty, after Hamilton missed that goal. They'd want to go and now put the scoreboard pressure on, because I tell you, if they don't, it'll be their ill discipline that'll cost them the game.
McMahon will put it inside one-on-one. Eddie's there, front and square, around the body from Schilling. Will miss and only go through for a minor score, so they do want to start to put the pressure on the scoreboard as well now, the Maroons.
4-point lead to Moe, 7-43 Traralgon. Moe 7-5-47.
I've just noticed around the ground there's a lot of bumping from Moe players on Traralgon players. Looks like maybe the instructions, let's try to unsettle them a bit. Let's try to unsettle them and then work into our own game. But you've got to temper that at the right times, because, you know, what can be a set play can also turn out to be a disaster if it's not carried out properly.
Yeah, so Tommy Long drives it into the far side of the ground. Shoved out there was Brock Smith. And there'll be a free kick. McMahon shoved him in the back.
Sold that one very, very well. Harry Pepper is back out on the ground, Scud. So obviously spent most of that second quarter on the bench. So we'll be interested to see how long he can last in this second half.
Smith kick high towards the wing area. Can't quite complete the mark. Sim there, receive the handball. Kick to the top of the 50. Jacob Wood and Huey Dunbar. And Dunbar took the mark and quickly moved the footy out wide, where Snyder was able to get on the end of it. He's looking and he ends up stopping in the end and goes backwards to Connor Little. And Moe got some numbers forward of the footy, so he slows things down as Connor Little trips towards a leading Lopez, takes the mark, and then got shoved after he took it. No 50. He's on the wing area, far side of Terry Hunter Oval. Will chip over the top. He's got one on in Cunico. He can find him. Does he go quickly as well? He does. Left foot kick, Eddie and big Kelty in the front spot. Brock Smith couldn't complete the mark. At ground level, Eddie was good. Tried to get a handball to Collison. Couldn't complete it. Maslin was there. He cuffed it up though. Quickly, Lopez gives it to Collison in the handball direction of Eddie. At ground level, where's Neocleus? He's fighting hard for it. Ground level there was Van Dyke as well. And we're going to stoppage, 6.5 minutes in. No goals kicked in the third quarter as yet.
Solid line defence there. Knew the ball was going to end up coming in towards Eddie. They actually had 3 go up against him. So Traralgon are going to need to lower their eyes and look for other options.
Eddie contested the ruck, was beaten to it on that occasion, and off they go, Moe. They do it nicely. Van Dyke handballs off, and they've found Baldy. Goes through the centre. Good work by Maslin, and now a turnover. So the pressure's been good on both sides as D'Angelo came in to lend a hand for the home side. The umpire will take control. Just forward of centre, favouring Traralgon's end.
Maslin nearly took an air swing on that one.
He did, as a tackle came in from one of the Baldies, and that was Riley Baldy. Again, we'll give this another go. Oh, geez, line ball that one. But anyway, Traralgon get first touch of it. And now they've broken away, and Collison right on the point of the right half-forward flank. Kicks to the contest. Couple of players. Good thump from behind from Declan Kelty. Falls to the front of the pack. The umpire, you'd think, will take control. He does. 35 metres from Traralgon's goals. They're kicking to the left of radio. 7.5 minutes gone, third quarter. Traralgon 6-6-42. Moe 7-5-47.
I had them 6-7-43. I'm sure they've scored 2 points.
Okay.
Right. So ruck duties. Charlie Rennett with a big tap out. Jackson McMahon tries to run on it. Goes to ground. And that's the professional free kick. Van Dyke said he fell. Over the shoulder was a free kick. And having the shot on goal will be Jackson McMahon.
Logies are on tomorrow night, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Well, he's a good finisher on the run. This will test him from a set shot.
And it's not just Traralgon's side either.
No.
I think they're all having a go.
So Jackson McMahon must put this one through. They've kicked 2 behinds this quarter. They've reduced the margin to 4 points, but this one needs to go through. Because in that second quarter, they had all the momentum. They slammed on 4 goals in 11 minutes. We've gone 8 minutes into the third, and we haven't got a goal. As McMahon leant back on it, but starts to work it back from left to right, not enough. And that's another minor score. These are big moments in the game for the Maul Bowling Club.
6-8-44 Traralgon. Trailing by 3 points now. Moe 7-5-47.
Got to convert the Maroons while they've got the ascendancy here. Moe, both sides have done it in that second quarter. When they had the ascendancy, they took control. So Maroons need to do it over the next couple of minutes.
So Biffin brings the ball back in, finds Long. Long goes along the line. Nice take from the front of the pack. Brock Smith. Should have been a punch from behind. The big fella, Harper Fox, went for the mark when he probably should have punched. Trent Baldy takes the mark now. Riley ran past. Play on is the call. He's going to try to dodge. No, left foot kick. Under pressure wasn't as good as it needed to be. It might fall in the hands of Riley Baldy, who says to the bro, use me next time.
Clever by Blazer just to clear that contest out, coming over the back. Good experience.
Yep, so Jacobson now, and for the big fella for Murray was McGrath. Ball spills to the front of the pack. Hamilton taken by Baldy. Good tackle by Baldy. Keeps Hamilton and ball within his grasp, and now threatening the right half-forward flank for Murray. Grandstand side. They lead by 3 points now. Yep. So that scoreboard, if you're at the ground, is 1 point wrong as Ferrado sends Moe forward. Gowers, Harrigan, good contest. Sim holding the man behind the... Gee, I tell you what, I'm not sure what free kicks we're up to, but it seems as though there's a lot of free kicks played today. Scolders...
5-1 Traralgon's way this quarter.
Okay, we'll get an update total at the end of the game, but seems to be a lot. What's the average ball around about for a game?
Around the 40 mark.
Okay.
And it was 21 to half time.
Okay, so they're average, and I've over-exaggerated as I can do.
Hamilton's kick got it out towards the Moe coaching staff here at Terry Hunter Oval, and we've got a boundary throw in. 10.5 minutes in now, still no goal kicked. We had 13 kicked in the first half of football. Jacobson from the ruck, took it out of the ruck. Now he's in a bit of strife then. That's holding the footy. He just dropped it on the ground after all that. And the umpire will ball it up, sun in his eyes again.
Blazer tried to sneak around the back on that one to get the little handball from Jacobson.
So McGrath will do the ruck duties. Jacobson taps it out the back. Good work by Sim. Twist and turn. Handball's back to Seppi. His kick, well, it only went a metre back to Sim. Then he quickly got rid of it by hand to Van Dyke, who will kick around the body. Top of the 50 towards it goes. Membry will come and clean up a couple of them. It gets out the back, though. Lockie McGrath might run into this one. Halliburton was there. Wood swooped on it. Gave it to Riley Baldy. He knows how to finish, does Riley Baldy. And he slams it home for the Maroons. It took 11 minutes, but it was all class from Riley. It's his second.
Absolutely, it was all class and all class too there by Wood, just to put his head over it. One clean pick-up and delivered the handball straight through to Baldy, who slotted it straight through.
Taking Moe's lead to 9 points now at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Lions on 8-5-53, leading Traralgon 6-8-44.
Pepper just comes off again, Tim, and takes a deep breath and blows out some bubbles.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether...
Not sure he's happy.
Not sure the hands were sort of, I'm no good, or he's got his walking on the boundary. I would suggest...
Just despondent, isn't it?
I would suggest that he could potentially nearly be done for the day. I don't want to go early like Boxer normally does, but he's going to lay down and he's trying to stretch you. Looks to be a bit of a hamstring or calf out there.
Well, right. Danaher again goes from the middle to Seppi. Left foot kick to half forward. Sim's going to try and swoop on it again. Quick one hand there out was from Ambler. Now it gets in the hands of Collison. The forward handball was good. Into the run of Neocleus. Chip over the top. Tom Hamilton will be the target. Losing the ground there was Brock Smith. Hamilton's just got to keep it in. Does so. No, he doesn't. He just couldn't quite. He had his opponent on the deck. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
They're the moments, aren't they? Those little moments about taking the ball cleanly. Hamilton, the difference between kicking to the top of the square or even at goal and it going from a boundary line in was that first touch. Ball comes out. Jacobson takes the ball. Tries to find a teammate with the handball. Can't. Blazer cuts it off. Kicks towards the centre. Membry caused a contest. Did it nicely. Second opportunity goes the way of Balfour. Feeds it off to his teammate in Baldy. And they go from half back to half forward. They've got plenty of run. They've got a choice of 3 players. I'm starting to lose my breath, but I'm going to stay with it. Seppi feeds it off now. Outside forward 50. Nice centering kick. Goes over the top of a teammate. And now Traralgon have got the chance to ease some pressure. And they do it nicely with a chain of handballs.
Yeah, and on the end of it was Huey Dunbar. Does the kick get over the top to Neocleus? Just. He taps it forward, though, into a dangerous spot. Danaher gave it to Blazer. They kick it back inside forward 50, but McKenna takes the uncontested mark in the end. Will stop another inside forward 50 thrust from the Lions. Lateral kick towards Ty Hurrigan. He marked, slows it up, 13 3/4 minutes gone into the third quarter. Only the 1 goal so far. It's Lions way. Big fly from Seppi, no mark. In fact, it was Billy Schilling taking the mark.
We saw that Traralgon struggled in that second quarter once Moe had the ascendancy to get
dangerous.
the ball out of their back 50, and they're having the same struggles again.
Tommy Long swooped on the errant handball, gave it across to Billy Gowers, took on the tackler of Neocleus, thumps it in from 60 metres out, top of the square, but again, McKenna, he had all the time. He went with a double fist and spoiled it over for a boundary throw-in. It's what a natural defender does, but on that occasion, he probably could have taken the mark.
I'm not sure there was enough talk in that one to say what's going on. Pepper's just given the coach a handshake, and I reckon that's him done for the day.
He's done, so ball is inside Moe's forward 50. They're not done. Quick kick for goal. Around the body, out of play on the full.
Got straight into the dugout, so I would, say that he is done for the day.
All right, so Mitch Membry will get this kick, and you get the feeling that Traralgon need to get the next goal.
He's had some injury worries, hasn't he, has Pepper, over the course of this year?
I think it was only a couple of weeks ago that he was out for 2 or 3 weeks, so he's obviously only just been back. So not an ideal time too, with only 3 weeks to go before we've got finals upon us.
So Skoltes goes towards the outer side of the ground. Is that McKenna again? Along the line he goes, over the back. Play on's the call. Moe are just feeding off some mistakes from Traralgon at the moment, and the pressure they're applying is part of the reason for that, as Brock Smith finds Baldy, goes inside forward 50. Hot contest there. Billy Gowers overrun the ball, sent it up again. Can Traralgon with numbers work it out? They can, but they're going to have to be pretty good. They are. Membry goes looking for McMahon, usually a good user of the ball. Composed, centres it, finds Collison from the left half-back flank. The lead's on. He rewards the lead from Harry Neocleus, but again, this pressure from Moe is good. Tackle. Umpire was blindsided. Should have been dropping the ball. But nevertheless, the ball spills over the boundary line.
Yeah, just a kick hung in the air from Collison too much for Harvey Neocleus there. So that needed to be a bit of a dart in that one.
There's a free kick, surely, to Lockie McGrath. Yep, the advantage will be paid. Danaher ran onto it, wasn't under pressure, so was under pressure after he kicked it. Skolters was able to pick it off. Now they've got a bit of chance. It goes in the wards to Collison. There's a dust up on the wing. Gives a handball off to D'Angelo. In they go. Schilling's on his own. He had to go for the mark, Billy Schilling. He let it go.
He thought he was in front of goal, I think.
He wasn't. The dust-up's still going on. Jacobson's having a crack at Seppi. It's tall versus small. Now they're having a go on the boundary line. It's a minor score at the end of all that.
6-9-45 Traralgon, 8-5-53 Moe. A 8-point lead to Moe on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So the kick-in gets towards half-back now. Here's Jacob Belfer. Gives a handball to Ferrado. Took on a tackler of Snyder. Holding the footy. This is starting to get a little bit willing. You can just feel it in the game. That should be 50, surely.
Very close. The umpire thought about putting the whistle up.
Now he's been called to play on, has Snyder. Had to kick it high on the top ahead of Eddie. Big fly from the side from Lopez. Couldn't complete it. Comes to ground level. Biffin works hard. Umpire will ball it up. It's getting out of control.
Bit of feeling in the game, and as long as both sides can keep themselves composed and sure use some aggression, but not let their side be compromised by it. 30 metres from Traralgon's goals. Reckon Eddie got the tap. Thrown out by Collison. Kicked forward by Snyder across the face of goals. Will it find the boundary? It won't. Kelty keeps it in. He find a teammate. Well, he can't. He went looking for Maslin. Play on's the call. There's some heat around that ball at the moment. And I reckon players might be happy to see it over the boundary just for a moment's breath.
Poppy, it's a strange term, isn't it? Tempered aggression.
Yes, it is. Yes. Very true.
18 minutes gone. 8 points is the margin. Moe lead it. Inside forward 50, though. Top of the square. Little kick around the body from Lopez. Couldn't quite get it through. And he did get it through for a minor score in the end. So it gets back to 7 now on the McDonald's scoreboard. And
6-10-46 to 8-5-53. Moe ahead by 7 points.
win free McCafe coffee for a year on the My Macca's app. You can visit mcdonalds.com.au for full terms.
All right, so from the defensive 50, Moe bring that ball back into play. Prowse has got the set. I tell you what, Hamilton from the front. What? No mark.
I think they both had shares in that one.
Oh, my goodness.
But you pay the man in front, don't you?
All day he's in front. Prowse went early, didn't get a hand anywhere near it.
Yeah.
I think there was a hand in there, but you still pay the man in front.
Ball thrown up. Hamilton got the tap down and then tries to butter up with the second touch. Nice tackle, though, by the big man from Moe in Lachlan McGrath. And now Baldy's having a go at Collison. Those two will go at it all day. That's fine.
Has been a couple of little spot fires, but nothing major has erupted yet.
No, Baldy grabs the ball. Collison and Schneider grab him. Quick kick out of the pack. Goes inside Moe's forward 50, and they've got the number. Sim got some space. 45 from a 45 off the boot. Brilliant goal, a contender for the Zambreros. Goal of the day. Take a bow, Harry Sim.
Bang, 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 Timmy.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great contest there. Jacob Wood, I'm pretty sure it was, ran straight through McKenna into that contest. All clean. They were all going for the ball, but he's taken him down, and he's still down just inside the forward 50 there for Traralgon. But a great finish by Sim. Used the breeze that's still out there to bring that ball back in off that right goal post. And was an important score.
That's taken Moe to a 13-point lead at the 90-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Moe 9-5-59, leading Traralgon 6-10-46.
Dan McKenna is still down. The trainers are there with him. I think we're going to be held up here for a little bit until they work out what they're going to do there. But,
well, this is going to be a big loss. It might even up the contest, given that we've lost Pepper for Moe and possibly McKenna for Traralgon. Did you see what the injury might be?
Yeah, it was definitely into his I'd say his sternum or his stomach area. It was
just front on
knee,
front on contact. Yeah, it looked like. As we know with Jacob Wood,
it just doesn't stop.
I'm pretty sure it was a battle. They both, McKenna was coming out, Wood was going towards it, and it was just got straight into him.
Bit of a height difference between well, it wasn't Jacob Wood's head at all, was it, going into the sternum of McKenna?
No, I don't think it was his head. And stop talking about the short people, Scud, because some of us are tough at it when they're short.
You and Jacob Wood in the same mould, I tell you.
So, it's
coming off, walking off under his own esteem at the moment, which is good to see. So he's taken a few deep breaths. I think you're spot on in terms of that sternum stomach area. Really sucking it in is Dan McKenna. The umpires did well there. Obviously, no stretcher needed, but to stop the play was a good thing to do.
We've seen that a little bit in the AFL too, where they're just allowing the trainers and that a little bit of time just to assess what's actually going on before, not necessarily for the stretcher to come back out, but just to make sure that if the play goes towards that no one else is going to be put into an issue.
Now we're going to get the game back underway in the middle. Hamilton there from the stoppage kicks it out towards half forward. Going back though was Pratt. Took the mark and played on quickly. A sweeping handball forward to Riley Baldy. Delivery by foot is good to Billy Gowers. He's too far out to score. Charlie Renitz has been moved forward. The forward move was ignored. Goes out the back to Trent Baldy, but back there was Prowse. Backing back with a flight. Eyes on the footy. Head up. Hands high. And he took the mark, and Gowers' deep penetration kick found him. And Prowse has 2 goals this afternoon. He's lining up for 3.
And you said, Poppy, that it might be an even upper, but McKenna's been on Prowse and done a great job on him, and the young Harper Fox has moved back there. So this could be a big move, unfortunately, for Traralgon in losing McKenna.
And a big moment for the Moore Bowling Club. Pot and Palmer only $20 at 5:30 tonight as Prowse, Nick, 22 minutes gone, comes in. Moe looking to get 3 in a row. He loves it off the boot, celebrates it straight away, and it's through the middle. And to open the third quarter in the opening 20 minutes, it is the Lions getting 3 in a row.
As we said, it took a while for us to get a goal here in this third quarter. It was very tight going both ways, but all of a sudden the Lions have been able to execute going forward and have pushed themselves out to a handy lead.
That lead is out to 19 points at the 22-minute mark of this third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Moe 10-5-65, leading Traralgon at 6-10-46.
So that's 7 goals in a row for Moe, the last 4 of the second quarter, the first 3 of the third quarter. So Traralgon probably had control for about 10 or 12 minutes of the second quarter only.
Yep.
After a hotly contested first quarter. But from that moment on, Moe have responded as we thought they might, really well. Now the pressure is back on Traralgon to see what they can do.
Yeah, danger signs. Hamilton will rise and tap it out towards the run. Snyder was first there, quickly wrapped up though, and we'll do it again.
Just a quick score for Harvey Norman Furniture around the grounds. In the AFL, we've got the Fremantle Dockers leading the Cats 10-9-69 to 9-10-64.
Is that it?
Under 7 minutes to
Go
go.
the Dockers.
Is that at Geelong's home ground?
It is.
It is.
That is. It's at the half-finished GMHB8.
Another stoppage back here at Terry Hunter Oval. Blazer cleared it, but it was picked off by Hourigan at half-back for the Maroons. Kicks it out wide. Snyder is the target, finds him, can wheel and go quickly. Schilling will lead and present. He'll elevate and try and take the mark in front of his eyes. Couldn't do it. Riley Baldy with a spin move. Won the footy in dispute. Beautifully done. And he finds a target there of Belfer. He looks up. He kicks it in the Prowse direction. It's Fox and Prowse again. This time Fox does well. One hand, then gets a handball clean. Out the back though, Prowse works hard again. Good work by Scholters to Membry. And then Membry will kick it out. And Halliburton couldn't complete the mark. Tom Hamilton there took on Wood again, slung around, and that's holding the footy. And Jacob Wood will win himself a free kick in front of the deck. Connor Little didn't like it. Pushes Jacob Wood. But Wood said, I want the footy. I want to turn. I've kicked where our team's kicked 3. And we want to get another one before 3/4 time. Kicks towards the hot spot. Prowse again in the front spot. And you've called it. Fox has gone back on him. As McKenna sits on the bench with a sore stomach, sternum, you name it. And Prowse has all of a sudden put an impact onto this game and a stamp on it as he's kicked the last goal and he's lining up for his 4th.
It's nearly one where I reckon you need to look at putting Leprez back there to take that Prowse match up. Just the experience and bigger body won't allow Prowse to have the lead and jump that he's just had against the young Fox.
Yeah, good call, Timmy. Great call, in fact. But it might be a bit too late. Prowse will come in to try and kick Moe's 4th goal of the quarter. And this, it's a wobbly one and he's missed it. So a bit of a let-off. Can the Traralgon coaching staff make the move now, Paul Carter?
10-6-66, a 20-point lead on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard for Moe. Traralgon are 6-10-46.
All right, they bring the ball back into play. Desperate to score a goal in this 3rd quarter. Yet to score a goal as Connor Ambler goes towards the outer side. Nicely done by Hugh Dunbar. Takes a nice mark. Just on the intersection of their defensive 50 and boundary. Goes along the line and Leprez got rid of his opposition player. Took the mark. And now he's got an inboard option on the bench. You see McKenna there, Timmy?
Sorry, McKenna looks like he's going to... Young Harper Fox is coming to the bench and McKenna's going to go back onto the ground. And it's good news for Traralgon because obviously Prowse had just taken control of the game over the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Half-forward flank. Jacobson in the front position. Moe just winning the 50-50 contest around the ball. Nicely done by Seppi to half-forward flank. Hirrigan takes a mark. Always the ever-reliable. Ooh, that kick was dangerous. It just come off. Ambler inboard. Here we go. Nicely done. D'Angelo got some room. Half-back flank. They've got some runners. Wood's going to try to put some pressure. But they've got the space to run with Connor Little. Really needed to make more of that. But getting rid of his opponent was Josh Hamilton. Nice tap over the front.
Oh, Reuters.
Just as he's about to kick it for goal. Reuters.
Oh, well done.
Quick kick under pressure. Finds Big Hamilton. And now, Tom, with 3/4 time starting to close in real quickly, will give Traralgon the opportunity to edge within a achievable margin by getting this goal. 25 metres out, almost directly in front.
This is huge. In the context of the game, this is huge.
As you may have heard, this is huge. Hamilton directly in front. Off the boot, yeah, looks pretty good.
Yep.
That's a goal Traralgon needed desperately.
Huge, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. It was huge. It was huge play. They moved the ball well, brought it out towards this grandstand side and had plenty of space. Reuters unfortunately spilled what he should have run into a goal, but did well to come back, get the second effort and hit up Hamilton. And he needed that goal because he didn't do the one earlier in the quarter that he needed to kick.
14-point margin now in Moe's favour on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. We're at the 28-minute mark of this 3rd quarter, and Moe at 10-6-66, leading Traralgon 7-10-52.
A juicy Aussie Angus, sizzling bacon and smoky barbecue sauce. It's called the Barbecue Bacon Angus, and it's only available at McDonald's. And they go back to the middle. Jacobson gets it, then gives a nice handball to Collison. He went backwards by hand. Over the top to Dunbar. Try to get it back to Collison. And Blazer's given away a free kick. No, he hasn't. The umpire said play on. And a kick goes towards Schilling. Couldn't complete the mark at ground level. Maslin did well. Handball over the back. Schilling might just work off. Neocleus gets it inboard to D'Angelo. He took on the tackler. And he got one high, the umpire said.
Well, there you go. I don't know. I don't understand.
So Louis D'Angelo, and they still going on that far side, are they?
Oh, there's plenty. They wouldn't want to reverse it.
Gee whiz, Collison just put down Blazer. I just happened to catch that at the corner of my eye, Tim.
Yeah, he was lucky that wasn't reversed because the umpire was looking at it. They're all talking to each other. Gowers is getting a stern talking to from one of the umpires. It's The umpires need to get control.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let the game play, be a tough game, but get control of what's actually happening.
Yep. As D'Angelo again, this will be huge.
This could be huger.
Yes, it will be. Right foot kick, likes it off the boot. Has it got the distance? No, Kelty helps it through. And the coach, well, they stop at 29 minutes. That would have been massive. Changed from huge to massive.
Huge to massive.
7-11-53 Traralgon. They trail Moe by 13 points. The Lions 10-6-66 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So the next goal is going to be gigantic. As they bring the ball out of play to Moe. Come grandstand side. Harrigan's got the set, takes the mark, took it off memory, played quickly and turned it over just when he didn't need to. The mark being taken by Seppi, and he'll settle the visitors. Defensive 50, Seppi. Looks for Prowse, or goes that way. No. In fact, he goes short at the Gowers. Gowers marked in front of McMahon. And they're in no rush here, Moe, although he's played on when maybe he shouldn't. But the big man's danced around McMahon. Not sure why I'm having trouble with his name.
First time you've called him, Pop?
Yeah, maybe.
Try this one.
Connor Little has the ball and plays on quickly.
Out towards Connor Ambler, whose right foot kick, it's going to hit the deck. It's going to come back in for the Lions. Danaher, left foot kick to open space. Sim will take the mark 45 metres out and thinks he's pretty confident. Slows things down, goes back, tells everyone I'm having a shot.
That's why.
That is exactly why.
This is enormous.
He knew the siren had sounded of massive proportions. It's off the Richter scale because it is. It's 13 points in favour of the Lions. They get this out to a 19-point at three-quarter time if he puts it through. Harry Sim from 48 metres.
No.
Not going to make the distance, I don't think. It's going to fall a couple of metres short. And we have a final quarter coming up between two rivals. It's one to stick with us. It's going to be an absolute belter. It is Moe 10-6-66. Leading Traralgon 7-11-53 at three-quarter time. You're listening to Gippsland Live, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Welcome back. The final quarter is about to get underway, although Moe is still in the huddle at the moment, and it is a 13-point margin in favour of the Lions. They've extended it at each of the breaks. It was 4 at quarter time, 6 at half time, and now 13 points at three-quarter time as they kick 3 goals to 1 in that quarter. 10-6, 66 to Lions. Traralgon 7-11, 53. Some key stats. Here's Paul Carter. Thanks to Gippsland MG, making EV even easier at Gippsland MG.
The inside 50s went Moe's way again that quarter, 13-9. They lead at 39-28. They're 29 apiece in clearances, 9-8 Traralgon's way centre clearances. Free kicks are equal on 16 apiece at the moment. Main stat winner for Traralgon is Mark Collison on 23 disposals. We also have on 17 Ty Hourigan, 15 Tom Schneider and Jackson McMahon, 14 Louis D'Angelo. For Moe, Riley Baldy's have had 24 disposals. Ben Danaher, another 9 that quarter. He's gone up to 20. 17 to Harry Sim.
Thank you very much, Paul Carter. Don't forget the new MG ZS EV. If you are at the Terry Hunter Oval here in Traralgon, it is on display just in between the netball courts and the football ground as you walk between that little thoroughfare area. Beautiful blue-looking vehicle. It is electric, all electric, Pop. Just goes beautifully. Way it goes. I'm trying to fill in time while you get your headset back on. How'd you go?
They would never have known.
Back here, final quarter underway. Here's Poppy.
All right, Jacobson gets the tap down, but only falls as far as Riley Baldy, whose quick kick goes inside forward 50. Could be a dream start for Moe. Can they get rid of the ball? The umpire nearly called dropping the ball. Play on was the call. Baldy butters up to Wood. Wood dances around. Handball over the top. The pressure's right on. A kick off the ground. They're metres from goal. They work it through goal. It was like watching a match of rugby union. And on the end of it was Billy Gowers with his third of the afternoon.
Gowers was just let loose pretty much in that whole forward 50, so we were going to drop back towards the goal square, and he had second and third efforts there, Gowers, and a perfect way to start the last quarter for the Lions.
30 seconds into the final quarter.
Wow.
And the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard sees Moe 19 points ahead at that 30-second mark of the last quarter, 11-6-72 to Traralgon 7-11-53.
Well, it's exactly not the way that the Maroons had it planned out at three-quarter time.
Coach Best had his hands up as if to say, what actually happened then?
Yeah, exactly right. Momentum, and as you said, I think you called it perfect, Timmy and Poppy, with Billy Gowers just on the move like a rugby scrum, let sort of get up the ground and then just work his way back nicely to the goal line. Can they get the response to Maroons? Big tap there by Jacobson. Picked it off, though, was Danaher, although picked off Riders. Drives it inside Eddie.
Wow, here's a nice response inside a minute and a half. Can you believe this?
So Eddie takes the mark directly in front, should go back and slam it home. And we asked for the response. It's just what they wanted.
Well, it took us 11 and a half minutes into the third quarter for us to actually get something that was resembled a goal. And within about the first 2 minutes, we look like we're going to have 2 in the last quarter.
Well, let's see it. Directly in front, 20 metres out. You're right. We have got 2. It's kicked at the 1 minute and 48-second mark of the final quarter, and, well, we're back to where we started.
And the way we're going, we might see 25 goals in this quarter.
Yeah, perfect response for what it needed to be for the Traralgon. They would have been disappointed to let that one get through early for Gowers, but perfect response, great use. Again, Jacobson with the big hit out of the ruck pushed the ball forward, and he's going to need to do that pretty much for this whole last quarter.
And as we said, it's a 13-point margin, as it was at three-quarter time, with both teams having a goal. On the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, Traralgon 8-11-59, trailing Moe 11-6-72.
Some around the ground scores, Timmy. Ball's just coming back to the middle now, thanks to Harvey Norman.
Lee and Gather leading Maul by 45 points. Maffra doing it nice and easily over Warrigal, and Sale have pushed ahead against Druin.
All right, back here at Terry Hunter Oval. The ball in the centre of the oval as Cunico gets a quick kick forward, but marked nicely just on the defensive 50 line by Tyson Biffin. Plays on, goes towards the outer side. Can he find Ferrado? He can't. Nice spoil from behind. Can they keep it in? It was Skoltes that tried but couldn't, and there'll be a boundary throw-in. 13 points the margin. Did the scoreboard correct itself, Carts?
It did, yes.
So 13 points the margin. 3 minutes gone of this final quarter. Traralgon 8-11, Moe 11 goals 6.
And from this one, Louis D'Angelo bursts away, drives it towards Schilling, couldn't mark it. Over the back it goes, handball, lands in the hands of Tom Hamilton. Bouncing, Tom Long's back there. Just gets an awkward little bounce, was up to the task. Kelty took on the tackler. Holding the ball, said the umpire. Tommy Hamilton wins the free kick and will have a shot on goal. Is Kelty moved forward, Timmy? Did you notice that? Or just rolled in the play?
What do you mean? He's back.
Kelty is back. That's why he's a defender.
You got me confused there for a second, Scud.
Tom Hamilton's having the shot on goal, and Kelty's is a defender.
Correct, where he's been all game.
Welcome back to Terry Hunter Oval this afternoon. I've been missing for the last hour and a half.
Is this a huge kick, Poppy?
You don't get much bigger. This is a Mount Everest, this one.
13 points they trail by. Rolls around, open up the margin, and
I think it touched the man on the mark.
it did.
It did, yep.
Touched minus score. Big moments, thanks to the Moore Bowling Club right there.
It's 2 neat goals, the difference. 12 points on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Traralgon are now 8-12-60, trailing Moe 11-6-72.
All right, so Van Dyke brings this ball back in, goes towards the outer side of the ground, needs to find a winner here, or almost did, but at the ground level, it was Hugh Dunbar that provided a nice contest and then spilled the ball over the boundary line.
Great work by Kelty there. Obviously got caught with it on the ball, but then still worked the mark to make sure that he got his hands on
And that's
one.
why you should always have a man on the mark.
Yep.
Correct.
So the ball comes back into play. Jacobson threads it down. Yeah, off they go again. This time was it Ambler? Yeah, it was. Connor towards the half-forward flank. Big fly, not taken. D'Angelo outside 50, leads on. And Eddie got hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Over the back came
Kelty.
Kelty provided a good spoil. Quick kick forward by Schilling. Top of the square. Can they find a winner? They need to, and we'll have a 1-goal game. 20 metres out. Now, a quick kick, D'Angelo off the side of the boot. Nice tackling. It's bouncing around like a pinball machine.
Oh, wow.
And someone pressed tilt. The umpire will take control.
Absolutely it is. It's exactly what we've wanted and seen for most of the game.
You lift the ground up.
Someone lead a kick. Everyone's under pressure as soon as they're trying to get rid of this ball.
The Maroons need to find something from the stoppage. Somehow shuffled it towards the Traralgon forward that was moving. And the play on everyone stopped. And I mean, everyone has stopped except for one player. And it was Brock Smith who drove it out to the wing area. Can't quite complete the mark. There was Pepper, even though he thought he marked it. Now the umpire pulls.
What happened there?
Every single player stopped except for Brock Smith, who ran away from everyone and then cleared it out to the. It was like
the umpire didn't even call play on. He was standing there thinking, what happened?
It's like the world just stopped there for a moment, except we're in Brock Smith's world. He continued on. Meanwhile, we've got another stoppage on the far side of the ground, and they haven't gone anywhere. The margin sits at 12 points.
The Matrix.
It was the Matrix, all right.
Play until the whistle blows.
Yeah.
And the umpire couldn't find it.
Ball out the side of the ground. Now we're both getting excited. I've taken the green pill. He's taken the yellow. Something like that. Half-forward flank. That was in the Matrix, wasn't it? Somewhere. Mitch Memory fighting hard. Nicely done. Hugh Dunbar fights hard. They're just threatening it forward again. This time, Traralgon stand up to the pressure, and Collison, in fact, McMahon's kick goes towards the centre. First player there, Halliburton.
Free kick.
He's taken high. He'll get the free kick. Haven't called him too much today. Doesn't mean he hasn't got the ball, let me tell you. As McMahon threads through, just the 4 touches. Thanks, Paul Carter, with all the stats. Kicks towards the forward 50. Eddie leads the race for the ball. Kelty was right on his hammer. He might as well have been the number on his back. That's how close he was. And the ball spills over the boundary. Intersection of forward 50 and boundary. Traralgon into attack. Kicking to the right of Radio and leading, or in fact, Moe leading by 2 goals.
Harry Pepper is back out on the ground too for Melbourne.
Wow.
Yep, back on the far side. Taking out of the ruck on that occasion was Eddie, and this time incorrect disposal's been pinged for holding the ball. Haven't we had some great one-on-one battles, both ends of the ground, Hourigan and Gowers and Kelty and Eddie. Obviously, all 4 players, well, I think all 4 should nearly be in the AFL. 3 of them have been. I think Hourigan just about could.
Yeah.
The switch kick, Paul Carter nearly had a heart attack as Moe nearly turned it over. In the end, Seppi clears it. They done it, and this time it has been. No, not quite, because Kelty was there. It's 2-on-1 with Danaher.
Pressure.
Cade Reuters is the one putting on the pressure. Then a little kick from Kelty was good. Found Van Dyke, and now he can find Maslin. The Maroons are in the middle of the ground, I think, Timmy, as Maslin gave it off to the run of Van Dyke. Right foot kick into an open forward line. But coming across, Hourigan dropped the mark. He'd normally eat those ones. Now the ball's in dispute. Trent Baldy's there. Took on the tackler of Jacobson. And we'll have a stoppage right on the 50 in the attacking side for the Lions.
You would say that's a regulation mark there for Hourigan all day.
Jacobson taps it down. The back of this was Danaher. Kicks around the body to the pocket. Prowse, this time spoilt by McKenna. Comes to ground level. Gowers runs through. Not quite gets through. Gets the handle away. Prowse kicks a wobbly. Upside down mongrel punt through the middle of the goal. And that one hurts. It hurts the Maroons. It's all favours for the Lions. They're back out to an 18-point margin now.
Massive favour, massive goal there for Prowse. They stuck the tackle for Gowers, but Prowse was still able to get the handball away. And you called it exceptionally well there, Scud. That was a kick that you would not find in any manual when you're talking Australian rules football.
And the margin now is 18 points at the 9-minute mark of the last quarter. The Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, Murray 12-6-78, leading Traralgon 8-12-60. That was the upside-down back torpedo drop punt, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, with a little dabble of drop kick. So the ball thrown up now. Jacobson flies high, gets the tap. They need to win the centre break here. Traralgon to keep this keep the contest interesting as Lewis D'Angelo picks up the ball, and he in turn is picked up and held in by Big Benny Danaher.
Interesting. Traralgon have had 2 more scoring shots than Moe, but are currently 3 goals behind.
That might come back to haunt them as Blazer gets a nice kick from a heavy traffic towards half-forward flank. Hamilton got the crumbs, read it nicely, fed it off. In fact, it was Skoltes who fed it off, and now McMahon towards that outer side of the ground. Can Hamilton reel this ball in? He tries hard, gets possession. He's got hold of himself, and the umpire will assume control. Outer side of the ground here at Terry Hunter Oval, late in the afternoon, 4:30, 9 minutes gone, nearly 10 minutes gone of this final quarter. And the visiting side of 12-6, Traralgon are 8 goals 12.
Twisting and turning out of the back there was Danaher. Inboard handball missed Seppi. Allowed Collison to come through. D'Angelo was there to help. Quickly Seppi, he gave a handball off down to Blazer, now to Sim. They go backwards again. Danaher's kick inboard can find Seppi, who found a little bit of space in the middle of the ground. He's had 2 bounces already, right on the hard cricket wickets. Make it 3 bounces. Now he draws the player. Handballs over the top towards Wood. Hourigan closes, and Hourigan puts on a strong tackle. No prior. Umpire's ball, 10 minutes gone.
That great run through for Seppi. That ball needed to go inside 50 on the boot. That was a handball which just had too much loop, allowed Hourigan to close that down.
Lions lead it by 18 points. Taking it out of the ruck there was Gowers. Gave it to Wood. Wood draws it to Baldy. Left foot kick. Hard up on the boundary line. To the hot spot. Over the back it goes. Ricochets off a couple of defenders. Maslin was there. Gives a handball to Sim. He turns. He gets on the right. He delivers to Prowse.
He's almost unstoppable on the lead when the ball's delivered like that.
McKenna was close. It didn't matter because Poppy said he's unstoppable, and that's pretty much right.
Absolutely it is. He's been a powerhouse in terms of on that lead. Once he extends those arms, doesn't matter how close you're wearing him, he's going to be tough to
Would he
try
be
and
6'4"?
He would be.
He's taller than Declan Kilty.
Well, there you go. At least 6'4", and he's got long arms.
2 Prowse brothers are about 6'8", 6'9", something like that.
Wow.
He's got 4 goals as well. He might be coming in for 5, and he could well just be putting himself name up for the player of the day, thanks to Gippsland MG. His kick is on its way. It might just be the sealer as well. He could have just done everything. He's kicked 5. He may have just put the sealer in there for the Lions, and he may just be our Gippsland Live player of the day.
Yeah, he's been good all day, and he's kicked 5, and he probably could have had a couple of others that he unfortunately has missed over the last couple of quarters. But big targets, they don't get any smaller pop as the day goes on.
No.
Now a 24-point lead to Moe at the 12-minute mark of the final quarter. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. Moe 13-6-84, leading Traralgon 8-12-60.
Looking for the new Samsung? Head in to Harvey Norman Computers, the home of the new Samsung Galaxy series.
All right, ball centre break, nicely done. Quick kick, falls in the arms of Wood. Plays on quickly on the right leg. Kicks to the advantage. He hopes of a teammate. It's not. It's all Traralgon. Is that McKenna and the almost full back line for Traralgon. Copped a knock early in the third quarter that put him on the bench for a while, but he's back on and kicks now to the advantage of LaPraise, who's going to be beaten to it by the boundary again. Just forward of the half back line for Traralgon, outer side of the ground.
Game's certainly not over, but this is one where Traralgon will need to stay switched on to make sure that this doesn't blow out any more than it needs to. So they need to tighten up, especially around the clearances.
Give them something to have, because you no doubt they're going to probably face each other in a final, or at least one of these top 3 sides. And today was their 3rd test. Well, they've stood up to it. Just haven't quite completed the 4 quarters. They go for it again, does Moe, and Dunbar takes the mark. So for future reference, as you're right, Timmy, that the Maroons just want to have something in the back of their minds that they can match it with one of the key sides of the competition. The kick found Lopez on the half-back flank. Chips it over the top, open space for Collison. It bounces favourably for him, only just. Danaher put a strong tackle on. He was able to handball it close to the boundary.
Paid a free kick.
Not sure what for.
Slinging after the handball.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, didn't see that one either.
So Collison rolls around onto the right foot, kicks towards Schilling. In the front spot. This time he takes the mark. He's had a couple of what-if moments. Rolls and goes towards Eddie. One-on-one with Kelty. Out the back. Eddie this time with a bit of body strength was good. Found the drop zone, worked Kelty to the left and then took the mark. Nicely done. 14 minutes in. This is an important one.
Absolutely, it's important. And there's still probably, well, let's say there's 12 or 13 minutes to go. So well and truly in their game if he can put this one through.
100%. So Slidey Shangle only 25 metres out. This is important. Big moment for the Moore Bowling Club. Brett Eddie comes in. He's got 3. He's now got 4 and the game is still alive, Timmy.
Absolutely, well and truly alive. And that's what we said. They needed to get some work going around the clearance and they did that in that passage. Were able to move the ball forward quickly. Billy Schilling was able to take a mark there that he hadn't been able to clutch a couple throughout the day. He's had plenty of opportunities, rolled quickly, one-on-one contest and 2 great ex-AFL players going at it here in the Gippsland League.
And the margin back to 18 points in Murray's favour at the 15-minute mark of the final quarter. The Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, Murray 13-6-84, leading Traralgon 9-12-66.
So can the Maroons get a couple in a row? They haven't done that since the 7-minute mark and 11-minute mark of the second quarter.
They need to win a centre break, and they haven't at this stage, but it's still pinging around in the centre. Nicely done. It's going to be a quick kick forward to the top of the square. This could be curtains for Traralgon. Falls through the arms and through for a minus score. That in itself is helpful.
Yeah, good by Danaher.
Yeah.
19-point margin, Murray's favour.
Drives it in. Towards half-back, over the back it goes. Josh Hamilton there, didn't have the footy. Good work by Schneider. Open run. Collison, just slipped over. Halliburton, though, has got wheels. Will run away from Rennet and also from Van Dyke. 50 metres, it's a mongrel punt. It was touched as Big Jacobson tried to claim the mark. And we've got a stoppage now all of a sudden. In a blink of an eye, we're inside forward 50 for the Maroons. 40 metres out, Pop.
Yeah, absolutely important this one as Jacobson thumps it forward more in hope than anything else, but it's cut off and kicked out of the danger zone. But for how long? Looks like for a little while because Riley Baldy picks up, comes grandstand side, searching for Pepper. He punched from behind. It was kind of little, and now Moe will go forward, but McMahon under pressure,
mark.
running with the flight of the ball. And with the pressure from one of the Baldy brothers on him, he takes a mark and goes inboard. And this could be dangerous. No, held it in nicely, he did, was Skoltes, but only for a moment. Now Hamilton will need to get rid of it. He's tackled ball and all. The umpire will take control.
Dangerous inboard kick.
Yeah, I'm not sure what McMahon was singing there.
I don't think he saw Prowse.
Yeah, but he missed his target by 10 metres. So whether he saw Prowse or not, he's still got to hit your target.
Rennett's in the ruck, tapped it down. Front spot there was Collison. Neocleus tries to come in and help, and we get another stoppage, 16, and make it nearly 17 minutes gone. Third final quarter. 19 points they lead by the Lions. Traralgon got the last one, though, back at the 14-minute mark from Eddie. Hamilton got high, thumped it out. Ferrado tries to get to the back of the pack, does so. Kicks towards top of the 50. It goes now, trickling. Membry attacks it well, took on the tackler of Gowers, holding the footy.
Jeez.
Gowers has it, too far out to score.
He's still got to tackle him for it to be a tackle.
Ball comes out, Tim. Doesn't matter these days. I think it can still come out, can't it? Get a tackle?
You can knock. Yeah, you can knock the ball out, but you've got to tackle. You still got to actually tackle.
I'm with you, mate. I'm not having a crack.
That was more incorrect disposal than...
Yeah. Takes on the man on the mark, rolls around to 49, has a flying shot at goal and it misses near side. That might have been a Zambrero goal of the day.
Murray 13-8-86, a 20-point lead over Traralgon, 9-12-66, coming up to the 18-minute mark of the final quarter.
So McMahon, is it, that brings the ball back into play towards that outer side. Needs to find a teammate. And does. They go inboard. Laprise takes the mark. They want to get the ball moving quickly now. Laprise looks up, kicks towards centre half forward. Nice attempt to mark from the back was Skoltes. Holds the ball in at least. Another goal here from Moe. Game over. Goal here from Traralgon. Be enough to excite the locals.
Game on.
Yeah, most certainly. Ball thrown up, centre half forward. All too easy for Renets. May have been Danaher, in fact. And there's a pack of players around that ball at centre half forward. No one can get a real clear possession, but again, 50-50. clearance goes Moe's way towards half-forward flank. Taken off it by Gowers and then picked up by Gowers. Top of the square. McKenna cuts it off, but for how long? Wood's dangerous. Gets rid of McKenna. A kick around the body. Could be the match winner for Moe. And it is. Game, set, match. Thank you, linesman. Thank you, ball boys.
Yeah, 200th game for Jacob Wood. He sets the Moe supporters alight, and they'll like that one for a long time, won't they, Timmy? Because that was an absolutely Zambrero goal of the day. Contender for Jacob Wood.
No, absolutely. Time of the game, 200th game, as you mentioned, Scud, and he's been good today, Jacob Wood, in his 200th, and that's the sealer there for the Lions. The Maroons tried to have a little bit of a crack at it, but they've just been too good for too long today, the Lions.
26-point lead to Moe at the 19-minute mark on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard.
So ball back to the middle. Hamilton do the ruck duties. McGrath was there as well. Kick by D'Angelo, lands at the top of the 50, tap forward there. Lopez works hard, handballs backwards to Neocleus, kicks towards the pocket. Eddie and Kelty will be the target, misses them both. And we've got a boundary throw in. 15 metres around from the goals there of the Maroons. Second half, you'd say, would be disappointing pretty much from about the 10-minute mark of the second quarter, I think, for the Maroons. They've been in it, just haven't been able to string a couple of goals together since then. Collison took on the tackle for that boundary throw-in. We'll do it again. Ball up.
Just when the pressures come from the Lions, they haven't been able to transfer the ball out of their back 50 quick enough, and that's allowed the Lions to go through, and they've executed well when they've been inside 50.
So 30 metres from Traralgon's goals. Another clearance from a ball up there by Moe. Clears the area. Only momentarily. The handball was a shocker, and what should have been a surge forward from Traralgon now is a move forward from Moe. Baldy goes towards the half-forward flank. Traralgon have got the numbers. Moe have got the ball through Wood. One-on-one contest. Went looking for Seppi. A thump from behind from Harper Fox finds the boundary.
Since that mark, Darryl, at the 11-minute mark of the second quarter, it's been 11 goals to 3 Moe's way.
Yeah, absolutely. Stat-wise, might be fairly even throughout the afternoon as well, but that one is certainly telling the goals that are getting kicked from that 11-minute mark.
It's 22 scoring shots to 21, like you said.
Inside 50s, probably similar.
I can look that
thereabouts.
up.
We'll keep on that one in a moment. We'll get all the stats, of course, after the game. There's a free kick from this stoppage, and it's going the way of Traralgon.
Moe 50 to 35.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So there's the difference, isn't it?
Yep. And the defences must have been pretty good then from Traralgon's at certain times. So inboard kick to Cunico, chipped over the top. Certainly the sting gone out of this now as the margin sits at 26 points, 21-minute mark, final quarter. Can they get some run on the far side? Neocleus left it behind, had to tap it backwards towards Snyder, who kicks it high towards Schilling. Big spoil by Van Dyke. Front and square there was Neocleus. Handballed forward, looking for Schilling again. His tackle though, Van Dyke's been working hard all afternoon. Gets a handball back to Riley Baldy, but his kick lands in the hands of Lopez. Quickly gives it to Snyder, and they're away through Hamilton.
So Hamilton now from the outer side centre wing, kicks inside forward 50. Traralgon at the front, Traralgon at the back, but no player can get clear hands on the ball for a mark. The umpire, after consideration, will ball this one up. 45-degree angle, 50 metres from Traralgon's goals. Danaher got the tap. Nicely done. They walk it out again, Mo. They've done this too much, even though you feel as though Traralgon have won a lot of the taps. Moe have really stepped it up in this second half.
Clearances this quarter at 15-5 Moe's way.
Wow, and therein lies the problem for Traralgon as Belfer had the ball, went forward. Now it's going to be Ambler who goes inboard for Traralgon. Two Traralgon players nearly ran into each other. D'Angelo was one of them. A kick in danger will go D'Angelo's way. And now he's got the option to come wing side. No, he doesn't. He's in the only green patch of grass on the oval, which is the centre cricket wicket. He goes for the bounce. It doesn't come off. Handballs to ease the pressure to his teammate Connor Little. He gives to Skoltes. Skoltes kicks in the direction of Eddie. He has 4. Ball falls down. Should be a walk-in goal. Is a late goal by Jacobson. And there's, rather than a, hey, there's a, hey, from the crowd.
Not very often you see the big ruckman doing the roving to the full forward, but Jacobson was front and centre and was able to pick it up and slot it through there for Traralgon.
bringing the margin back to 20 points in Murray's favour. We've played 23.5 minutes of the final quarter. Harvey Norman Computer Scoreboard has Murray at 14.892, Traralgon 10.12.72.
Just got a quick one for you too, guys. Leongatha and Maul game. Leongatha have won the game. I think they've called the game potentially early. 13-14 Leongatha, Maul 7-2, but a bit of an incident to Sean Westaway, went back with a flight, got sort of tunneled a little bit, landed on his neck and head area.
So they've called the game.
I'm pretty sure that the game was still going, of course, and they've called the game, and they were attending to him out the middle. So hopefully I'll get some news on Sean Westaway as well, who landed awkwardly after a mark over there in South Gippsland.
Oh, Jacob Woods tried to go and take another hanger in his 200th game for the TV. Didn't quite have the elevation that he had in a couple of years ago.
No, you're right too. Free kick will go the way of Traralgon, but they've given that one up, and luckily a tackle by Big Harper Fox will mean that they regain possession. They go inboard. I thought they were going to go looking for D'Angelo, but they have possession, Traralgon, towards the half-forward flank. Hamilton front position's hard to beat. Isn't beaten, takes the mark.
He's been good, hasn't he? His hands are good in front.
Yeah, very good. Plays on. And he find a winner here. Eddie's in the front of the pack, can't take the ball. Don't tell me Jacobson's roving again. He is for the second time in about a minute. But this time he can't get a clean possession, and they run through numbers, and they run hard too, do Moe. Out of the back line they run, and they find Belfer. From the right half-back flank, Belfer for Moe, with his side leading by 20 points. They're 14-8 to Traralgon 10-12. Goes short to Sim. Back to Belfer now. And Belfer goes inboard. This is a bit all too pedestrian as Blazer takes the mark.
Yeah, certainly not long to go. As you'd expect, 20 points of margin, goes out wide and finds a teammate on the far side. Looks to be Biffin, who will go back by foot. Finds Tommy Long. Just holding on to it now, they are the Lions.
We've seen plenty of good players for our best on ground.
Yeah.
Gippsland MG Scud. It's going to be a tough one for us to work out who that best on ground is going to be.
Will be. Long went down the line. Can't mark it there was Jacobson. Handball over the shoulder. Belfer puts on a tackle, ground level. Umpire just lets it go for a moment. Now we'll call time. You have to look at Prowse, who's kicked 5. Key stats for this afternoon for the Lions, Paul Carter. That will help us.
Riley Baldy, another 30 disposals.
Another 30 for Riley. In the middle of the ground there, obviously working hard. And Declan Kelty down back had a good battle. Jacob Wood's been good in his 200th game.
Ben Danaher, 11 clearances.
Well, it's pretty even. That's why it's so hard with this Lions side. Danaher again from the stoppage. Got boot to ball. Goes to the top of his 50. Front spot there was Gowes. It just took a little right bounce. Allowed Hourigan to come in. Handball towards Fox area. Here's a clearing kick. Top of the 50. Across the goals. Dangerous. Who do they pay the mark to? Man in front.
Yes, of course.
On that occasion.
as opposed to neither.
Yes.
Was in the first,
exactly.
First part of the game.
Halliburton was in the front spot. Squares it out wide to Hourigan. Takes the mark. Rolls around and then kicks it to the wing area where D'Angelo can mark. Inboard kick's nice to Connor Ambler. Good to see Connor back out there. Gives a handball off to the running McMahon. His kick to the pocket. Eddie direction with Kelty. Kelty with the long arms. He went the spoil and nearly completed the mark. Over it goes for a boundary throw in. And 27 minutes now have passed. The margin still sits at 20 points in favour of the Lions. 14-8-92. Traralgon at 10-12-72.
And they're into attack. Eddie attempted to take it out of the pack. A quick kick from Schneider across the face of goals. Trying to run it down was Schilling, but he's beaten by the boundary again. 5 metres from Traralgon's goals. 27.5 minutes gone.
He's had a bit of an almost day 2 Schilling. He's
absolutely
he's presented really well.
Yep.
He just hasn't been able to clunk what you'd hope he'd be taking.
Probably taken maybe 2 or 3, but could have been 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
This loss takes Traralgon 2 games behind the top 3.
They're done.
Do we declare the elimination final?
Well, I won't declare the elimination final because maybe 5th spot might be up for grabs. There's a quick snap around the body there. There's a minor score from Harvey and Oakley. So elimination final. So, yeah, they will certainly, I think Traralgon certainly playing it now.
Yeah.
Whether they play against Sale or Morwell.
Odds on.
Sale.
Yeah, I'd say. Because even if Morwell beats Sale, it's going to be a big percentage.
Sale, Druin today were playing. That Druin took it up to him for a little while, but Sale certainly in that third quarter got on top of it. And we know that Leongatha have knocked off Morwell. So might just come down to the final game to see who it's all about. But certainly you might think as well, the top three will probably sit with Wonthaggi or Leongatha, Wonthaggi and Moe. Not sure of the order just yet.
And Sale won by 4 goals today against Druin. So
there you go.
Not a convincing result.
Just hanging in, aren't they? Of course, more Sale next week's going to be huge.
It is. Ball thrown back in. Collison taken off the ball. Nicely done too. And off they go. To Sim over the top. Finds Renitz. Renitz inside forward 50. 2 Traralgon players and 1 Moe player only in forward 50. And one of those was Harrigan, who read the ball beautifully, then kicked along, trying to kick to the advantage of his teammate in Schilling. But Moe, through weight of numbers, take the ball. They move forward. They do it through Stan Lake. He, in turn, goes towards the corridor of the Traralgon Rec Reserve.
Oh, Gowers.
Then on the end of it, Bill Gowers just leads hard off the line, and he's kicked 3 this afternoon. He's had plenty of chances. And with a 19-point margin, with only minutes to go at best, he can extend that to better than 4 goals. So he takes his time.
He might just take home the Zambrero goal of the day as well, Poppy.
Yeah, he's a contender for that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was back in the second quarter. This one, though, pretty much regulation.
It is. So from 40 metres out and a 45, actually across the face of goal.
Oh, no.
A mark
yes.
has been paid. I thought Wood took his opposition player out, and I reckon we've got the best player of the day too.
There it is.
Prowse on the siren, kicks his 6th of the afternoon.
Yeah, very well done, Poppy. And as you said, he's got 6. He will be our Gippsland Live Player of the Day. We're going to have a chat to him after the break, of course. Moe getting on top in the end. They had a good second half of football pretty much after about the 15-minute mark of the second quarter. And they win it with the final scores standing at 15-8-98. The Lions over the top of Traralgon 10-13-73. It is Gippsland Live. We're going to have all the post-game interviews and of all the wrap-ups coming up after the break. It's all thanks to Harvey Dorman Electrical Gippsland.